Hey, friends. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Is it Thursday? Wednesday? I don't even know what day it is. We've been so sick. Oh, it is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. How's everybody doing this morning? It's good to see all of you. Juno, Jill, Chrisit, Laurie, Lovey, Bayu, Kari, Nicole, Ramona, Gary, Julie's Crafton, Naomi. It's good to see everybody. Manic Mama, Shelby, Hindsight 2020, innocent until proven guilty. Reminds me of which. Oh, thank you for all the watermelons. That's so sweet. Oh, Shelby, thank you for the super sticker. Oh, make a girl feel special first thing in the morning. I appreciate that. Seriously. Hey, new kid. Peekaboo. Two old crows. Marie. Oh, let me come back down. Hey, Donna Donald. Elser. Captain Ganja. One elusive rainbow. Hello, straight talker. Kraken. Wow, with the 34 months. Oh my goodness. We are 2 months away from 3 years together. Thank you, moi. Twisted Isabel, Sandra, Nosy Beach, VP. Hey, Kelsey, AT, Drive Carefully. Hey, Poetic Justice. Colleen C. I've missed you all. I know. Grammy's Place, Becky. So we had the good old bronchitis over here. Hey, Connie, Butter. And of course, that would be, my poor son's luck right before Halloween. Oh, PJ, I didn't even see you. Sorry. Let me grab that. Guess who's back? Hey, Cambry, Snippins, Darcy. If I missed anybody, I do apologize. Canvas and Crime, how are you? Eeyore Blues. Oh, no, we got a pickle ass in the chat. We got a pickle ass. Not the pickle ass. Hey, Proud Mimi, Vanessa, Seeker, 107, Little Mama, thank you. Hey, Jada, Josie. Mike, allegedly, in my opinion. Betty's lawyer has graced the chat room. WIS mom. Vanessa Bowers. Angela Cook. He's a little bit better, Kraken. Hey, True Crime with Eve. Steve. Kalina, my son's got it. Yes, I guess it's that time of year, right? Tennessee Road. Casey. New kid in town. Time flies. It does fly. I wish we could say we were having fun, but it sure flies. Hey, I'm Bernie. Mama Swifty. YouTube Inspector Gadget. Lynn, Love and Light. You always trip me up on that. Hey, Cowboy. Savannah. Kels 420. Hello, Winnie. Wintube. Hey, Melon Cooters. Shelby. Oh my goodness. Again, thank you. Shelby says, my husband gave me bronchitis. Your dang old husband. It does. It just goes around so quickly. Allegedly, Patricia. Morning from the UK. Good morning to you, Brittany. Thank you for being a member here. I really appreciate it. Hey, Lauren. Hey, Marcy. Trish Green Eyes. Yeah, look. So I had to go to the doctor with bronchitis also. I pray. Kendall, good morning. Caitlin, same thing. Chest I'm just telling you, it's everywhere. Hey, B Tim. Hey, Grouchy Mama. Thank you so much. So, nobody's been talking, right? And we know why. We know why. I think we're all at a point of F it all, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you've been at that point too of just F it all. Kelly Mack, thank you so much. Happy holiday. Oh my gosh, it is. What is it? Mischief night or something? Thank you so much. You guys are so amazing. Thank you for the super chats. Seriously. As you all know, every little penny helps tremendously, and I do appreciate that. Makes me feel special, to be honest. So thank you. Thank you very much. Lots of ones flying in, and I think we're all there too. I told my whole family I'll put myself in a bubble and staying away. They're all sick with head colds and strep throat. Tiffany, run. Run. Yeah, a lot of ones. I think we've all been feeling that. And I'll tell you what, as I've been feeling that, as I've been thinking over this outlandish claim being held against me, and I've been reading these declarations, and I've been, speaking to attorneys and doing all the things, the one thing I keep going back to is fuck this. And I know it sounds like, but it's so outlandish, and it is so far-fetched, and it is so I mean, I'm just being real with you all. This is not, I didn't think this through. I'm probably going to say some shit I regret, and I don't care. That is literally where I am at. I am at a place of, I can't believe this is where we're at. And I can't help but feel like there is this big, huge distraction taking place. I left all but one Sebastian group and left all but 5 YouTube groups. I can't listen to the BS anymore. Why, I assure you, Shelby, don't leave us because I'm leaving with you. All right, we're all going to hold hands. We're going to grab the helmets and we are riding out. Yes, absolutely, Vanessa. Hey, Goalie Goal. Happy Beach. It is insanity. And it is Roberta. And so I've been, obviously I've had a lot of time and I've been thinking and I've been questioning things and looking at things. And I can't believe what is happening. Absolutely. You'll see there's not many people even talking about them. So yes, that is the same. We ride at dawn. That is right. It's too ridiculous and very immature with them. So I've been looking and I've been seeing a lot of different things and I want to touch on them because this is likely the last time we will touch on it. I can't help but feel like it is all a big look over there, not over here. I have said for months, which is why I'm quite frankly shocked, but I've said for months that we can't trust any of these parents, right? And Newfie, thank you with the 165. Excuse me, sounds suspicious. I'm with you. Will not be distracted by this filing. They can try to distract, cause mayhem. Well, I believe the distractions come in when you were encouraging people not to contact law enforcement and TBI, but instead to contact Dog, the bounty hunter. I believe that is an actual hindrance to the case. It is reckless, and I can't believe it's happening. Hey, Polish. Well, that's the thing, Straight Talker. We don't have to forget Sebastian. But I will. All right, so let me point a few things out to you all. One second. We do know without a doubt, Trump said, thank you so much. Making so many things make more sense. Best to you and yours always. I appreciate you. Thank you. Did anybody see where Nick the Cap put up that Sebastian is an endangered runaway and that they believe he's alive? Put a 2 in the chat if you've seen that. Me neither, Gary, because I thought we were the most fair in it all, to be honest. A lot of people saw that. Well, it's amazing, right? If you go over their declarations and you go over what they've been spewing for months and you look at all that and then you see that and you're kind of like, what kind of sick game is being played here? And that is honestly how I feel of an election. Yeah, well, probably. That is not me, Kim. I assure you, that is not me. It is YouTube. Hey, cute cats. Well, that's literally what they said. They said that Sebastian Rogers is an endangered runaway and that they believe he is alive. And I found that to be very interesting because the declarations that they signed implied otherwise. But they knew that, and they knew that there were people that were going to take those declarations and pass them around as if they were gospel. So they knew what they were doing. Well, she is missing too. Plus, oh, absolutely, Sun Beach. That's horrible. Runaway. Lynn Love and Light. Runaway. Has that not what I've been saying over here the entire time? I've never blamed a parent. I've always maintained that I believe that Sebastian ran out that house that night. I don't know how y'all get into politics in the chat, but let's try our best to refrain. Hey, Seek the Missing. Either do I, Karen, which is why there are other things that can happen. Station, and the beginning, especially be playing games at a friend's house. I remember that, Missouri. I remember that. And it's crazy that that is what is now being stated. I tried not to be. I mean, obviously, I pointed out more of who was speaking more, but I tried not to be. And even through that, I never said that they were, anybody was guilty. JB's mama, the 200. Thank you for hitting a thumbs up on your way in. The only issue is if he left, he should have been tracked. I agree. But here's the thing. We don't know if he was or wasn't. True Crime with Eve. We don't know what the police have. That Sunday, everyone was on Jay's Justice. After that, it got wild. Very interesting. Well, what I will say is, in my opinion, Julia, you're full of absolute shit. Okay. They want a distraction, it seems. Why? Well, that's what we're getting at. And I think it's all sides. I think it's both set of parents. I think it's from every direction. I think this is part of the reason why I've always felt like Sebastian ran away. And at this point, I see it more now than ever. I think both sides are distracting from the other. And I feel like it's just a big freaking chest pumping competition between these people. Thank you so much, True Crime for You. So one question answered by Seth. What did he mean by that he knows where Sebastian is but doesn't have the resources to get him? It's a good question. Jennifer Lynn, welcome to the MFers. Thank you for becoming a member. They want everyone to stop talking about Seth, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree with that. Did you see the post that someone was saying the stepdad took him somewhere? Yeah, let's check that out. Trump said, thank you again. I'll leave now. My name triggers so many. TDS is real. Granny, drink a cup of coffee on me. You're the best. Trump said, I've said, remember when I said you were whatever? Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Seriously, thank you. So let's take a look at this. All of a sudden, there's this allegation, right? Because I feel like it's a game. And I'll tell you why. Nobody has been talking besides the usuals that can't ever shut up. Nobody's been talking. Now, all of a sudden, this comes out. And this is what it says. Janine Chrissy. Chris Proudfoot is a M-word. Fact. And you can tell him David Davison is going to tell him where he placed the body, which I believe is 27.27 miles in Westmoreland. Oh, David Davison. Tell him Janine knows Joel Wolf, Richard Bishop, and other players. You let that lying pig know I have his number. And I don't give a flying fuck what you come back with. Tell him those names and ask him if he's ready for more poker plans. I have $1 million like he does. Laughing my fucking ass off. Tell him the ones who scripted him are going to floor him. He's a lying pig and I will expose him anyway, anywhere I can. Sebastian bit him in the struggle. TBI might have overlooked it, but they know just like I do. It's only a matter of proving it, and I know the players that can sink his lying ass. Simple as that. Tell him he knows the names crystal clearly. So we got 8 months later, we got this woman writing this in a Facebook group. Stormy Baby with the super sticker. Thank you so much. Why is he just why are they just posting this now? Why is this in a Facebook group? I tagged you in a post regarding another one. Let me see. Oh, I normally don't look at tags, to be honest. Hold on. I don't even know how to get it on here. Hold on. I can't even believe this at this point. I can't believe anything about this. Allegedly trouble. I'm with you. I feel like this was to get people talking again. I feel like it was for nothing more, in my opinion, than to get people talking about Chris Proudfoot again and keeping that hate mongering going. Because guess what? Without the hate for this side or that side, where there shouldn't be sides, there would be nothing keeping these people going. It is a classic tool used by many throughout history. Yeah, KCG. People have suspected that person's Betty, but I don't know if that's true. If it was a legit person with a legit tip, they would have contacted Ellie, not ran to Facebook with this BS. You would think. Jennifer Lynn, thank you so much. Thank you guys. Thank you for the super sticker. Is that the same not going around claiming SCP is the father of her child? Hey, Minx Can Pie. Exactly like a fan fiction LARPer that does this in the Idaho case. Oh, very interesting. TBI looked over it as a low IQ statement. I've been sharing, and all my friends know in the Southwest Colorado area and are sharing as flyers. Thank you, October Skies. Don't they know they can spread awareness in a positive light that makes people want to jump in and help, not run for the hills? Wasn't BHB the one that came up with bite marks? I saw you called me Tanya. That's okay. Well, I get that we sound alike. So anyway, what really blew my mind about this is the same as all of you. The time distance, it's been 8 months. Or he's like Julia, in my opinion. Autumn Renee, Julia is in for woo. Let me just tell you. I would never sign my name next to something saying I'm not committing perjury while I'm committing perjury. But hell, I'm the stupid felon over here, right? What would I know? Anyhow, so there's this. So she names off these people, Joel Wolf, Richard Bishop, Now, listen, if I was an asshole with a vendetta, I would go name off my exes too, right? Like you can name off any names and accuse people of anything. And that is the problem with social media. So people are saying, well, maybe she came out now because there's a 125K reward. Where? Where's this reward? I agree, Regina. Tying up the tip lines. But here's the best part. They're being told to not contact TBI, to contact dog. Jake Hells, thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you. Also saw allegations against the other side being a P word today for 2017. I saw that too. WinTube, you want to take a look? We got quite a few things to look at. Let's take a scroll. Permit my behind. I call it extortion. I'm not sure which right of mine they're violating now, but I bet my bullhorn I'll find out. I was watching rest videos last night, trying to distract from all of this. And the amount of people that really believe that they're on the right side of things, like when they're stating laws to police and they're completely wrong, but they swear they're right and they're being done unjust. That is what this whole thing reminds me of. Just a bunch of buffoons buffooning about and a bunch of buffoons believe in them. But, what do I know? So, all right, let's take a look at what you're talking about there. My lawyer, Mr. Dream Team Lawyers. I'm still waiting for this press conference. Are we going to get it? It was shut down by the threat of a ban. You have a hat stuck in his own state and a dog that has an event elsewhere on November 9th. When is this conference going to occur? When will we get to see the Seth, dog, hat, Tony standing together in unison helping find Sebastian? Signed, Sebastian's Army. Oh, here we go. This one's interesting. I think both sides are playing a game against both sides. And I'm not sure if people are working for either or, because I know I ain't. But I do believe that this is all a big distraction. I've not heard about Katie Proudfoot. I've not heard her name since 2017. They remind me of another current popular quote. Yes, Kathy, thank you. Oh. Try typing now. You shouldn't be. But they found the second child safe. Might be interesting to compare. Yeah, we've done all of that, like the comparisons and the um I still will believe what I believe, which is that Sebastian ran away. And I believe now he has more reason than ever to run away. I saw that Wise Angel. I've been following that for a while now. She actually won on a counter slap, anti slap. I have to check that somebody's not blocked. Give me just a minute. Some of these people. Gee, I remember this spirit seeker came up on my panel to go at Brittany J. Anybody else remember that? Crimson, can you send me your channel link so I can just put it in easier to get you out of it if you are? It'd be a lot easier to find you blocked if that was the case. Ay, 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 ay. Does anybody see Crimson Moon in the chat? All right, so anyway, I'm going to scroll on while we look at this, all right? This is the account. This is what they're claiming. It seems like one Facebook that's dedicated to one side comes out with an allegation, then a Facebook that's dedicated to the other side comes out with an allegation. It seems like it is nothing more than mudslinging on both sides. And I don't know about all of you, but I'm pretty dang over it. Hey, Jay. I don't see you. I don't think you're blocked, Crimson. I don't know what's going on. I feel like the father once shut down anyone who spoke on his kid. Now he has shut down everyone. Now his son is no longer a topic. Right, that's what's going to happen. I don't see her either. I don't know what's going on. All right, let me do it this way. I'm sorry to hold you all up, but we got to make sure our friends can chat in here. I don't want anybody being blocked. All right. Would it be at? No users found. Okay, I don't think you're blocked. And I got so many odd accounts. This is flattering. At. No, you're not blocked. I don't know what's going on. All right. I don't know. Okay, so tell her resub. I was unsubbed. Okay, if you hit sub and unsub, see if that would work. I don't know. But so this allegation comes out. I don't know. Think what you will with it. I think is again. I think it's just mudslinging. I think it's a way to do one and the other. Now let me show you guys this. You know how people were claiming that this gentleman that sat behind Chris in court, you know, they were saying that this was I see you, Naomi, that this was the gentleman that knocked at Hong's door, allegedly, according to the filing. Well, a Facebook group tries stating, excuse me, that this is no other than Steve with the YouTube channel. Regina, thank you so much. The crazy from SR is making all the crazies come out of the woodwork. Listen, Jada, I don't know what to think when it comes to Chris Proudfoot. I've told you guys that for months now. I don't think anybody, I don't know, whatever. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Does this guy, to you all, let me make it bigger. Does this look like this guy? The only thing I see in common is that it's a white old man. Hey, yo, Snap Ginger. Oh, thank you so much, Naomi. Thank you all so much for the super stickers. Seriously, thank you. Oh, God. Good. Look up ODSP ahead of time. Same with CPP disability. I don't think any of the parents had anything to do with it. Either do I, Jada. Hey, Revival. I never did. I think what they did was they chased. I think Sebastian had a reason to run. That's all. And I will maintain that. No, that cone, that's a good idea. Let me check. Did I accidentally block her, like sleepwatching or something? Joel, thank you so much. Oh, that's why I can't see Coco. I found you, Coco. Oh, what do you know? I've had Brittany J blocked for fucking years. Weird. No, she's not on here. I don't know what's going on, guys. I'll try to figure it out, Crimson. I'm so sorry. Right, Renee? Like, buying memberships and everything. Anyway, I don't believe this gentleman's him. I just see two old white men. And I think people are trying to say that these two old white men are the same men. I don't see it. I think it's a dangerous allegation to make. And then to tie him to somebody who supposedly went to somebody's house, well, let's see the police reports on that. But I don't believe it. Hey, Pooh Bear. Every day in America, they typically don't go viral. Right. Maybe they didn't expect to go viral. Maybe that was they also called him Charlie. So, big thank you. She made a lot of money last night playing victim. Oh, God. Mr. Wayne has not been in PA. Is that his name? Wishful thinking. Thank you so much. I don't even think they look the same. I didn't say anything was wrong with it, Chip. Did I? I didn't say anything was wrong with it. I feel like some people just try to find something wrong with nothing, right? Just like y'all try to find something wrong saying I was calling these guys Hitler. Get the fuck out of here. You know damn well that's not what I was saying. Always looking for a reason, so run with that. Hey, Lazy Wolf. Hey, Rowena. It's not the same, dude. It's crazy. Don't even look the same. But whatever. So now they're accusing this man of, going to somebody's house because they like to just throw out accusations with no proof and think they can get away with it. But yeah. Hey, Deborah. So let's take a look at this. So, all right. Then, so we got the new post that comes out, the allegations of a poker run and somebody knowing where something is and blah, blah, blah. And you got people saying, no, don't call TBI. Don't call LE. Call dog. I really want things to say, man. I don't know. It's a good question. Put a 1 in the chat if you think it's not the same man. Put a 2 if you think they look alike. I'm very curious. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. What, Donna? His wife is KJ in the right channel. I have no idea what that means. I keep going back and forth on who I think is responsible. In my opinion, if he ran, he would have been found, or at least some clues of his existence. I don't know, Simplify, because I feel like there's many children that have run away that have never been found or have been found years later. Allegedly, it's 27.7 miles away. Very bizarre. So a lot of you do think it looks, no, more of you think it doesn't look like him than does. I don't know if it's him or not. Quite frankly, I don't care. What are you going to do? Accuse him of RICO? Get out of here. We're focused, man. Tahoe Tahala, man. That's all I can think of when I read this shit. We're focused. So it's a good thing to note that people are now believing what we have stated from day one, that Sebastian Rogers is an endangered runaway. Because if you dismiss him and you say that he's deceased, then what's everybody working for, right? Like, what are you all running for? All right, all these allegations people have put out here against Chris, against Katie, against Seth, and now his own team's coming out and saying that they believe he's an endangered runaway. It's interesting, is it not? Oh, Terry Lynn. Why does Terry Lynn always come back in the middle of everything? Where are you at, Terry Lynn? Why would anyone call anyone? This lady is full of shit. When the laptop and poker game story came out, Terry Lynn said Chris's uncle's name is David. She's either a loony or they hired her. Damn, Terry Lynn, you seem to be right there in front of everything. You and Julia. Every which dot we connect, you two come up. You are so tough and based more than everyone. You are special. Thank you, Chip Shop. You are so clever and cute with your username. I hope to one day be as intelligent as you. Hey, Feisty Nana, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Last week, it was a recovery mission. Yeah. I remember a statement about Sebastian being deceased in a ditch. But hey, what do I know? Right, of course. You notice dog's events the same day as the visual? Of course. Please define endangered by TBI definition. All right, let's do it. Let me mute my mic really quick. Well, it turns out there's no TBI dictionary, so what are they really saying? I don't think they know what they're really saying. I don't think they know. Oh, Chip Chop, you're so sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's so cute of you. You two can we're going to get there too. So we're focused. We've been watching and documenting intimidation tactics and listening intently to every word they've uttered. Every word they've uttered. We're locked and loaded. Sounds like a threat. With a growing suspicion that they know, that we know, that they know. Dun, dun, dun. I was dying, Titanium. I was dying listening to you. When you play the game of secrets, lies are your currency, and trust the ultimate prize. What the fuck? This looks like it was written on the back of a game of Clue. And that's what it feels like being played here, a game. One lie begets another, which begets the ultimate lie. Begates the lie. Wait, one lie begates another, which begates the ultimate lie. The truth is a test of your will. Pass it or be consumed by it. Anybody? The guy's wife was on a panel not long ago talking about her husband being accused of being at Hong's house. Can you send me that, Teresa? I would love to hear that. I think it's such a cruel accusation to make. These type of accusations endanger people, okay? I don't think people realize that. Right, may the odds forever be in your favor? Like, what is that? Feels like fucking Saw. Sounds like the opening of a video game. I have not, CJ. Very interesting stuff, though, right? I do wonder who's lying. Geez, who has time for all this mess they cause? Let's go back over here for a minute. Seth Rogers posted this, and it says, eye-opener. Eye-opener.
So I'm not going to say what I usually say at the beginning of today's episode, but if something happens to me in the near future, you know who did it. This
sounds right up their alleys. You know, accusations of RICO, and sounds right up their alley. All right, go ahead, tell us, sir.
Show is about facts, guys. So
actually, I want to put out the same disclaimer. If anything happens to me, I am not S word. I love my life. I love my children. Okay.
You can educate yourselves, because all these stories that we cover here on the show, these are not stories that you're going to find in textbooks. These aren't stories you're even going to find about in newspapers. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but they're also stories that they don't make true crime documentaries about, and podcasts don't talk about. These are
but yet here you are talking about it. So I wonder, what is it? What are we going to get here? Me too, Lazy Wolf. I watch him. I know, like, I've heard of him. All right, Chip Chop, you say one more creepy thing in my chat. Like, you're not funny. Your troll game is extremely weak. I don't think, like, I think you think you're doing something here. You're not. Okay? But don't ever write out anything about my children again. That's your last warning, Chip Chop. Keep to your stupid comments that relate to nothing. But you're doing nothing here. Like, it's actually, you're boring me. I wish you were more entertaining of a troll, because you're not that good.
the shadowy underground networks that have been kept quiet, or been sealed. I don't even know how to phrase that terminology.
So is that what this is? A more underground? Thank you, Chip Shop. You are forgiven. More underground, like, stories. Like, is this, what are we doing here? So it was eye-opening.
Wise, but these are networks and people that operated above the law, a lot of times with the governments of their respected countries.
See, this is where I get sad. This is where I get sad for even Seth Rogers. He has people in his head, in his ears, when he is in a vulnerable position, convincing him of all these conspiracy stories, right? Like this one here. The government was involved. Hey, Lucy Wren from the Netherlands. Accusations of RICO. Matter of fact, Sherry, where is it? I would love to go. Wearing a shirt, asking him why he's trying to sue me. This is people real life, and they play games. I agree, Wishful. I absolutely agree. The statement that you don't look for something that you already know where it is making sense. I agree, not. It seems like everywhere we go, we're being hit with a brick wall of stop. Thank you, Teresa. I appreciate you. Ernie would fit right in. Me and you together, Titanium. I think that'd be great. You fucking trolls are whack.
Catering to wealthier, more elite members of society. And then you have this film thing. I can't.
All right. So we get where this is going, right? The people that are wealthy are working with the government. They're kidnapping kids. They're making you-know-what films, right? Like, we get where this is going. And this is sad that 8 months in, this is what this father is thinking because of the people that are in his ear. It's really sad.
Can't tell you how many times I've posted about cases involving films, or I've talked to people about them, and it goes back to these articles. There's apparently this big article that was released years ago that says the government's never found proof of one snuff film ever. Well,
where's that article? He should put it up on the screen now, right? It's kind of like filing a bunch of exhibits that show no facts. It's like, show us the facts. I'm tired of people pulling the wool over people's eyes by lacking any substance behind what is being stated. Like this woman that is stating that something about a poker game, and she knows, and Chris knows, and everybody knows. Well, then guess what? You know where Sebastian is because you're claiming as much in this posting. Why are you coming out 8 months later? Right, Autumn Renee. Is that why? I mean, we can see the connect there. It's freaking crazy. All right, so let's get over to here. Oh, it was? Oh, okay. This would work better, Crimson. Thank you. We got a blocked friend. I can't find her. I'm trying, Crimson. I'm trying. You're now an approved user. You should come through. See if it works. All right, so you were not blocked. I don't know what's going on. So, having warned everyone, he's now bringing the attention back. Right. So that was my main point. That was my main point. And tell me what you all think. I'd love to hear what you all think, but I do think that because people got quiet, they are now trolling to get people speaking again. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Put a 2 if you disagree. If you'd like to click the link and come up and talk, just let me know. I'll drop the link for you. But that's what I think is going on. I absolutely believe that is what is going on. So let's go back over here. Now we get Carla. She's new. She's new to Betty's group. I'm a psychic medium. I loathe those words, but how else do I explain it? And I've worked on many missing person cases, even helped police find remains and solve unalivings. This would be a good point where you drop your credentials then. You like to come up, Donald? Donald? This is where you drop your credentials then, right? Show us. What cases have you worked on? What missing people have you solved? Give us that. I've been doing this for years, so I'm no amateur when it comes to this. I haven't looked into this case. I was just made aware of it this morning. About 30 minutes ago, a friend shared it with me. I don't like researching cases because I don't want to sway my thoughts or opinions. Sure, Jan. With that being said, I immediately get that there's deception from a male, maybe a stepfather. Wow. You know a lot for not knowing a lot. I'm not sure. I do also get that there was abuse of some kind. Like he was kept a child. He isn't allowed to grow up or be his age. He is definitely capable of doing more than is being told. There's a female that is allegedly going along with it. Like she knows what is going on, sticking to the story, so to speak. There's woods, lots of woods, snow and very cold temps. No coat? Question mark. Do the parents live by woods? If so, they may be why I get woods. I don't know. I get bits and pieces without really looking too deep into it. But the biggest piece I get is look for an act, and you'll see through it. So is someone pretending to be upset? Also, a male threatens him more than once. Like, if you do this again, this will happen threat. Like I said, I don't look too much into these cases, but I thought I'd share my thoughts and see if anything may resonate about this case. Blessed be the fruit. This is what happens when people stop talking. Do I think that do I think that Chris was a very, very strict disciplinary? Yes. Do I think the same with Seth? Yes. Based off what we saw, what we've heard, what we've been given, I do believe that. Oh, I got a friend. Sorry. I didn't see you. I'm coming. Hey, Donna.
Hey,
Oh, you're a real person. How are you?
uh, yes, I'm doing good. I won't talk long, but I did want to say this. The man that they keep showing that was in court,
Uh-huh.
I don't know his last name, but his name is Wayne, and he owns a construction company there in Tennessee, and his wife has a channel, and it's not monetized because she was just really interested in true crime, and so she started a channel about the time that Lori Vallow's children were being looked for. Tolly and JJ were missing.
Wow.
And so she has covered that and a few other things. But since she lives in Tennessee, she was particularly interested in this going on close to her home with this boy missing. And she has talked about that before. And she's kind of a funny lady. She does skits and stuff too. And this Mr. Wayne that is in the court pictures has even done skits with her. But he is not a YouTuber, and I doubt whether he's ever been to Pennsylvania. And he was a veteran, and his wife is very upset that they were trying to accuse him of a crime. And she is just an old country girl. I'm talking as country as me. and they want, but she is interested in the law in Tennessee and whether this will have some bearing on all YouTubers, these things that are decided in court here.
Of course it
And
will.
so,
This is the trickle down effect, and I can't believe any other creator
exactly.
would celebrate it. But I do have to let me ask you a question really quick.
Okay,
So the
sure.
woman that I pulled up, so they're saying that this woman and this gentleman, right? This is who you're talking about. They're claiming
Right.
that these two were in the courtroom behind Chris Proudfoot.
Yes, and they just came in and sat down. I'm sure they weren't
They
even
were in the
noticing.
courtroom.
Yes, they were in the courtroom, and they they came in and sat down, and they knew who they were because I guess they'd seen them on TV, but they weren't like, okay, we're going to come over here and sit by him and be against them. But who KJ has spoke out against or just told how she is Miss Bullhorn Betty, because she keeps talking about the great state of Tennessee, and proud Tennesseans do not like that. And so it's plain to see KJ, is country girl, but she went to school and she has some education as far as the law is concerned. And Betty crossed the line. That's the problem. It's not what we say. We can say anything just about, and it is free speech. But whenever you encourage somebody to go to somebody's house or to take pictures of them at church or to even get out of a car, that crosses a line. And I don't believe that Betty is stupid enough that she does not realize that. I do not know what kind of, I don't know whether it's mental illness or lying or delusion or what, but allegedly, in my opinion. But the thing of it is I just wanted to clear Mr. Wayne's name and KJ's name. And yes, KJ said that her first thing was that she just wouldn't go back to court because it wasn't worth all the nonsense and all that. But then she said she was not going to allow these people to stop her from seeing how justice works. And so I'm hoping that she will be back in the courtroom to give us an honest report on what happened.
Okay, so they did go to the court because they live in the area. They didn't necessarily
Right.
behind the Proudfoots because they support them. They just sat where there was a seat to sit. So they sat down.
Right.
Now they're accusing this gentleman of going to Kong's house in Pennsylvania.
I know that, and KJ is mad as heck about it, and she is not to be fooled with because, she's not monetized. She doesn't have anything to lose on the streets of the YouTube. But they need to quit talking bad about Mr. Wayne. They really do. Because he did not go to Pennsylvania and stalk nobody. He's just a good husband that supports his wife and whatever hobbies or interests she has. And that's a wonderful thing, ladies.
Right, I agree. Yeah, this is it is Steve. His channel has popped up a few times talking about the Sebastian case.
This Steve is not Mr. Wayne.
Wait, what?
This Steve man up here is not Mr. Wayne. I'm sorry. I just now see this picture. This is not Mr. Wayne. This is
All right,
not
Miss Donna,
KJ.
you have me very confused. So the people on the screen are not who was in the courtroom.
No, I'm
I
sorry.
didn't think so. That's what we were all saying earlier, that this
Okay,
doesn't look
okay.
like the same gentleman.
No, these
People that
people
were
are
in the
not.
courtroom is this gentleman here.
Yes, this man. And his wife was over here and had the dark glasses on. I'm thinking it
Okay.
must have been the light made them get darker. I don't know why she had sunglasses on. Maybe she
Okay,
had
so to
something.
correct
Yeah.
this is Mr.
I'm
Wang.
sorry. I apologize. I'm trying to clear things up and making it worse. Sorry.
Yeah, it did have me for a minute because I'm like, they didn't look the same, but you're saying they're the same. Okay, so Steve is not Mr. Wayne here. Wayne was in the
No,
courtroom. Wayne and his wife are just locals to Tennessee. They were curious of what is going on, so they went to the court hearing. Now they're being
exactly.
accused of being involved in RICO and knocking on people's doors.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. They're just a nice old couple that live in Tennessee that, are prideful about their country and prideful about their state. And and she had special interest in this child being missing, just like she did with those other children being missing. You know,
Okay.
it pulls at your heart. She works at home and takes care of business for, you know, does the books and accounting and stuff for the business. She, you know, they're good, honest people, and they are not stalking nobody.
Okay. So, and they're
I'm
not
sorry, I
convicted.
apologize. I
No,
looked
that's okay.
away. I
And they're not
apologize.
car guy. They're not related to the Steve YouTube channel. It's not him. They're not the
No,
car guy. Okay.
no. But in your
But they're both
downtime, if you
human.
want to look up, Granny, if you want to look up KJ in the Ray,
Okay.
and later on, and she has some little skits, and Mr. Wayne is even in them with her. She does like Lori Vallow skits and
Okay.
just different things. She's real funny, but she's just an old country girl. She's not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay.
Okay. So, all right. So we get that now. Um, well, they came to court due to Betty. Right. Yeah. I get it. It does look like this man in court. No, I haven't, because I haven't received the filing yet or the exhibits to look at anything, Bonnie. So no, I haven't personally seen it. No.
I would
I
like to see. I'd like to see an end to all of this rumor right here, and I almost made it worse.
I know, because I'm like, wait, so you're saying it is Steve, but it's not Steve. Okay. Well, that was very interesting.
Right, Bernadette is right. KJ and Mr. Wayne would never stalk anybody.
Well, this is part of the problem. They're out here accusing all these people of crimes. They're intimidating people. They're, threatening people. They're now putting people's lives at risk with these reckless, allegations, quite frankly. And that's why it baffles my mind that people can't understand the point of a GoFundMe. I don't care if you like it or not. I don't care if you agree with it or not. You think I'd like these allegations on my name? I don't think so. You have a problem with it, don't donate. But don't sit here and call it a scam and all these things. You think these people, like even this innocent couple here, you think they deserve what they're getting? Justin out here calling them out and putting allegations against them? I mean, no, it's not right.
And
They need to backfire. Enough's enough.
and I want to say this about people contributing. You know, I don't ever have very much to contribute. But if I did contribute to a cause, I'd be danged if I'm going to stand over somebody and make sure that they don't have a cup of coffee or whatever it is else that they need. And I think it's ridiculous. I'm not talking about how these grifters do and stuff, but I'm just saying, for like, if you're donating for a cause like billboards or something, for God's sakes, I mean, if I'm giving it to you to do something with, I'm having faith you'll do it, and I'm not about to go make sure that you didn't like stop and have a cup of coffee on your way over there.
Right. Yeah. I don't. Why can't Ali get involved in all this nonsense of putting targets on people's back? They are involved. Enticement is not free speech, and she knows it. Yep. The new allegations are these ridiculous troll accounts coming about, claiming that they have information of where Sebastian is. We got one account coming out saying they know that Chris is involved and named all these names. It's all ridiculous. And I see you, Chai, as every time things get quiet, they try to make it go again. But what I want to know, and I'm curious if you have any thoughts on this, Donna, what do you think of the fact that for months now, and I mean months, we have had people out here accusing Chris and Katie, directly accusing them, including the alleged green team, right? And now all of a sudden they're coming out saying he's an endangered runaway. Doesn't that dismiss everything they've said for months, or do people not see what they're doing?
It's
God,
just
I'm very
backwards.
confused.
It doesn't make any sense at all. It doesn't make any sense at all. And I mean, I hope he is alive, but if they're so sure about it, they need to say where he is.
Right. And they need to quit with, the Proudfoots have done something nefarious with him. I mean, in all honesty, I get it. I get it from Seth's perspective, being a father, not being there when his son disappeared. Okay, I get all that. But to keep having his team of people like try to silence everyone that is not willing to see his side or version of things is really not helping Sebastian at all. Seth has become so tunnel vision in his hate campaign against the Proudfoots that it is literally harming the investigation in the search for Sebastian. This new post that got put up that they're all pushing from Betty's side of the table, you guys, if this claim is not true, think of how many people have reported this message to law enforcement. And if it's not true, taken precious, precious time away from Sebastian's case. It's sickening.
Yeah, well, that's what they've been doing. So it's nothing new. It's been the same exact thing. I don't.
Ladies, I'm going to step down. I just really wanted to clear up that other thing. And I'm listening. I got my headphones on. I'm listening. But I just wanted to try one more time to clear Mr. Wayne and KJ. And I nearly didn't. And so I'm going to step down. And thank you so much for letting me speak, Granny.
Yeah, and just so we have it correct, they're just locals to Tennessee. And they went basically to listen in on a court hearing, and that was it. That was all. Now they're being accused of all this other stuff.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, she did know about Bullhorn Betty, but she didn't go there with the intent of like, I'm with the, Katie, I'm this, that. And she went there to hear. I mean, I guess she was on their side because she was mad at Betty for talking about Tennessee that way. But I mean, she didn't like think, oh, this one killed somebody or that one killed somebody. She just, it was a restraining order case.
She was there for the whole situation with Betty, not for
Yes.
Sebastian. Okay.
Right. Well, yeah, you get it. You get it.
Right.
I mean,
It's
of
an
course,
open court hearing.
Sebastian's yes, of course, Sebastian's important, and it was about him in the end. But I mean,
But it
she
wasn't.
wasn't there because either parent, she thought they
Right.
had killed somebody.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying.
All right, out of here. Thank you, baby. Bye.
Thank you. Have a great day. Yeah, it was a public hearing. They went and they sat behind the Proudfoots. Whatever reason, they don't have to answer for that. And now they're being accused of all this stuff.
So, Granny, I have some legal garbage I want to read you real quick. Okay, this is for your benefit.
But is it my benefit to read it out loud for everybody, or is it
Yeah,
my
this
benefit
is
to
this
read it
is
private?
this is
Because I don't
this
really
is
want to get
common
into
knowledge. This is awesomeness. This is awesomeness. I just want to. Trust me, it's not going to be bad for your case whatsoever. Nothing like that. Okay.
I know. I just don't want these people having any heads up on what's going on. So
Oh, okay. Well, just listen. Hear me out on this. I'll send you
okay.
the. I'll.
Just go ahead and read it.
Okay. A court can dismiss an injunction lawsuit if a party is intentionally lying under oath in court can have serious consequences, including the judge may draw a negative conclusion about the liar's behavior. The liar may be held in contempt of court. The liar may be prosecuted for perjury. To prove injury, the prosecution must establish that the false statement was made knowingly with the intent to deceive the court and was related to a material fact. Judges can often tell when someone is lying under oath because people have often without thinking it through. Okay, Granny, this is not for anyone else on YouTube. This is just for you.
Mm-hmm.
Check your email from reginaisqueen@yahoo.com.
Mm-hmm.
It is proof and receipt that someone that filed petition against you lied in their sworn written statements.
Oh yeah, there's several lies in this sworn witness statements. There's several.
I sent them to you to help with the cause because this is really against all of our First Amendment violations, and I believe in our rights. So,
thank you.
Yeah.
Let me look. But yeah, I mean, listen, I've spent many a time going over it.
Yeah.
The text messages you sent me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Those messages? Yeah. Somebody on that lawsuit lied so bad.
Yeah,
Like
they
it just,
have. I mean, not just
oh.
one, several. There's several lies throughout.
Right. I just wanted you to know that is grounds for the entire lawsuit to get dismissed. I just wanted you to know that and
Well,
send that
thank
to you.
you.
You're very welcome, beautiful.
There it lies in a complaint too. Many lies,
Yeah.
but I don't believe these declarations have been filed with the court. The filing is filed. It is filed. Like the actual suit is filed. I feel like this whole group using this case build their private business. These are doing the things they claim to take care of. So I feel as if they are acting as though they can't be the hero. They can be the heroes. Right. They've been filed but not approved. And there's an order of operations there, which is why. Cover defamation. I wish if it were a criminal charge instead of people having to get an attorney. I wish it were a criminal charge in ECB. Lord have mercy. It depends who you listen to. Some people do claim it's a criminal charge. Some people claim it's a federal filing. It depends which person you want to listen to that day. Hey, Jay.
Hi, Granny.
How are you?
I'm doing fine. I just wanted to come up and say hi. It's been a while. I've missed
It
you.
has been. It's been a good bit of time.
I know. Hi, Regina.
Well, hello, beautiful soul. How are you doing?
I am doing well. I just wanted to come up and say hi to Miss Grans.
No, yes, it is actually filed. Yes, it is filed, which is why it is. Actually, did anybody else see a particular person that was the first to come out with this, which will not be getting a shout out on my channel, is now realizing that they were duped and coming out with this and reading it. Very interesting.
So have you
Very
been
interesting.
served? I'm a little behind.
No.
Okay. But it is filed.
Yes, it's filed.
That's something
Angela,
else.
thank you so much. I have to mute for 1 second.
That's actually something else to your benefit, Granny. The fact that they sent this filing to every YouTuber that was part of their team, kind of in a way proves they really are trying to railroad a group of people. I mean, it almost feels like they really should have filed this against themselves in a lot of ways. As awful as that is, because I mean, it's a missing child's father. I mean, you guys, this is nuts.
Who's the first? Who came out with it first?
I'll write in the back chat, but I'm not giving them a shout out.
Okay. I think I know, but I just want to be sure I'm right. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yep. That's where I. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're not. So okay, so the exhibits declarations last I look are not filed on there. They're not.
The exhibitees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The exhibitees. Well, Red
That's
Rose,
what I
thank
call
you
them.
for the
I call
27
those the
months.
exhibitees.
I'm pretty sad I have to reach out to Jay and I'm like, do you have the exhibitees by chance? Because I could use them. Like, I don't even have them. You all have them. I don't. Angela, thank you so much for the 10 memberships.
And you're like, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Like I did you a huge favor. Thank you so much.
Well, you did, because it's very important.
It just blows my mind, all these lawsuits, especially coming from a company that made a post that was literally conspiracy to commit a felony by posting it. Whenever they posted about the truth serum,
is that this shit happens in every community on YouTube.
Oh my goodness.
It's crazy. These lawsuits are a thing, I guess.
Apparently. Was the situation next lawyer post about a filing about someone calling FBI and saying they were brandishing bandit badges and busting into homes in a filing? I don't know. I don't have them.
Has there been anything from SF lately? I'm sorry, I'm asking you to catch me up. I've been out of the loop.
The last thing
here, I'll pull this up. There was this. Hold on. The last thing that I saw, which is actually kind of stated wrong, but that's okay, because I don't think he actually did it. I think they're taken from what he has written. But here, let's take a minute to check this out. which is also part of the problem. It's gone everywhere,
Yeah.
literally everywhere.
Of missing 15-year-old Sebastian.
Hold on, I gotta fix our things. That's what when people are like, "Oh, this GoFundMe's fake," and blah blah blah. Are you kidding? The filing's real. What makes you think the GoFundMe's fake? Like, that's whatever.
Rogers and reality TV star Dog the Bounty Hunter are filing an injunction against several people who are searching for Sebastian right now. Seth Rogers joined Dwayne Dog Chapman's injunction request, which cites interference and obstruction as a reason for the filing. Stephen Fisher filed an opposition to the request, saying he is the only licensed private investigator involved in the search for the missing boy.
So you notice he says he's the only licensed.
Bing bong.
Yeah, I did see. Well, in this one, they still make a wrong statement, Kodo, but I do know in the other one, they did fix that. All right, let's hear it.
He claims that Chapman's company has not set foot in Tennessee and said they used unlicensed personnel and illegal tactics to gain information in cases. You have been looking at multiple pictures here of Sebastian Rogers. The young man went missing nearly 8 months ago now. His mother and stepfather said he left their Hendersonville home in February and never returned. Bounty Hunter are filing an injunction against several people who are searching for Sebastian right now.
So, yeah, I mean, it was interesting. So that's the latest I heard. That was, I think, 2 days ago they posted that. Other than that, I haven't heard anything else. I know that Barbecue Lady's attorneys have entered their appearance on behalf of her. And that's pretty much the latest update.
And nothing on the search for Sebastian.
No, of course not. Nothing at all. No. I do believe, hey, can I I do believe that there's an upcoming visual added. I don't know, you pay to get a ticket to get in. Not licensed to be a bounty hunter because he is a felon. I thought that was interesting, if true, allegedly, in my opinion. You know what else I noticed? All these creators, like the plaintiffs and the plaintiffs' friends and all they're off branches of each other. They're all now like putting allegedly in their titles. They're overly inserting the word allegedly. In my opinion, none of this is factual. This is all opinion based, as if they know what is going on can happen to them. And I find that to be very interesting because it can, and it likely will. Have any of you noticed that?
I have. There's a lot of things I've noticed in this case. Just like the fact that even if Terry Bowersox did drive by Bullhorn Betty's car and take pictures of her license plate, they were in a public venue, and that is not breaking the law. That is his First Amendment right. That for starters.
Well, they've done the same exact thing when they've gone places. They've, taken. I remember one guy almost fought JLR over it.
Absolutely.
He thought he was being followed. I would do the same thing. I would, if I saw the car parked, I would cruise behind it and grab the plate.
In a heartbeat.
Whose music? Regina's?
Music?
I don't have any music.
No, somebody said turn down somebody's mic. I'm saying
Oh, is it me?
No. I don't think any of us are allowed, to be honest, but I'll try it just in case. So did you guys see over here where Nick's now saying Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, an endangered runaway, is presumed alive? And how about that phone number with the end being fuck around, find out?
I didn't see any of this. Fuck around and find out.
I see it.
What?
Yeah. Oh, I know, YouTube hysteria. What's your other account? You're not blocked. Yeah, so that's their phone number. You can call at night at blank, 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 FAFO.
I can't. Meanwhile, this kid's missing.
Mm-hmm.
This is weird.
It's so weird. It's so weird.
Yeah. But I'm glad that they now are working under the presumption that he is alive and is an endangered runaway, like I've been stating over here for months. But Dog is having a publicity appointment that day. I've asked several times why he's not coming. No answer.
Oh, is he going to be live with Sean?
Sorry, what?
Is he going to be live with Sean?
No, because he's selling his merch and his new podcast and stuff. He's not even involved with Sean.
Did Sean post on his YouTube?
He did, about you know what videos, starts with an S. And he says this is eye-opening.
Very weird.
It's all odd, all of it. You got this Carla Lulu Crouch coming out, and she's now a psychic who's never heard about this case, but, you know, somehow knows all the same allegations. You got this eye-opener 17 hours ago. And it's all about, like, the government being involved and covering up things, and it's
Conspiracy stuff.
And I went on a whole thing about how, honestly, I kind of feel bad for the guy, because he is surrounded by people that are into these conspiracists. I mean, for years now, these and it's he's so vulnerable. I don't even think he realizes that they are literally. I just think it's all cruel, is what I think it is. I think it's cruel. I think it's a lot of wasted time, wasted distractions. It's a whole look over here, not over there. At the end of the day, it is a lot to do with personal agendas and not the betterment of Sebastian. And I'm not even going to say, in my opinion.
I live in a small community and came from a small community with a lot of corruption. I have seen corruption. And whenever you see corruption in these small communities, it's usually drug related. Okay. That's the truth. I mean, and that's what stems from all the different violent crimes and things in a community, is typically drugs whenever these communities are corrupt. I do not feel like the FBI and TBI and Sumner County are going to all collaborate to hide a child. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's so far-fetched. I mean, we do know that there are rings and all those things that do involve people of professions you would never expect, and blah, blah, blah. But this idea that they're all spreading out here, that instead of contacting TBI or FBI or Sumner County, that you should just go ahead and contact Dog, is very reckless. And that is, in my opinion, hindering an investigation.
I agree. I mean, which one of them, if any of them, are actually qualified to handle these tips and investigate them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I'll never forget, I was told, somebody said the other day that the Cap is intelligent. That's why he works for an intelligence agency. And I about fell over. And all these people were like, yeah, that's right, clapping and cheering. And it's like, what? Do you even hear yourselves? Oh, I know. I seen that, Mrs. M. That's right, what the crock. We're allowed to have our opinions. They're not going to take our voices. I do as well, Mike O'Toole. And then they don't have to produce their 75K, right? If that's the case. I don't know. I think a lot of people are, I mean, all these new, you know, like this woman coming out talking about poker runs and this and that. These are all bits and pieces of allegations that have been made before. And every time things get quiet, they find a way to get people talking again by coming out with these type of, you know.
And that came from Terrell Lynn, was the poker night and the computer.
A lot of stuff seems to come from Terry Lynn, don't it?
Mm-hmm. But, you know, like poor Sebastian being lost in all of this madness. Yeah. And then have you seen the latest with the Soto case?
Yeah, with the coin, the parenting.
Well, not just that, but the Kissimmee Police Department is being investigated now. So not only did the sheriff share her crime scene photo.
God, that's going to
but now the
get
Kissimmee,
right in with these people's allegations of conspiracy.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's crazy. But her, the chief of Kissimmee Police resigned, and there's 11 officers gone.
Wow.
It's crazy.
For sharing Maddie's.
No, nothing to do with that. That's nothing to do with that. It's just the corruption in the department. But I'm sure that will come up for Stern's defense.
Yeah.
Those
Did they
two
say
cases
what kind of corruption, or like?
You know, I haven't gone deep into it, but I can give you this video. I haven't watched it yet, but here's a link if you want to play it.
Small town girl, I see you. Let me just give you a little space up here.
Something to do with their conduct, but I'm not sure exactly what. But these two cases, Sebastian and Maddie, you know, they hit home on the same day. just, I followed both of them and they're both disturbing.
They are.
Hello.
Hey, small town.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So just a couple things to go along with that comment that I made. Again, this is all in my opinion. But I find it pretty rich. That let's just say Betty, is telling people, to send her these emails, send any tips to Dog and Nick and so on and so forth, and then is in this filing in Pennsylvania, but was also told by the judge in Sumner County that this family does not exist to her anymore. I mean, to me, again, this is all my opinion. I think that's serious hindering in an investigation because the way that, in my opinion, the way that I've taken it is she's come out here and said, you send these tips to me, to Nick, to Dog, and then we determine whether or not it should go to TBI because Betty's so butthurt with Sumner County that she's not even forwarding any tips to Sumner County. So if
Okay,
you go ahead.
sorry, I just had a total like aha moment, if you will. So y'all think that the reason they're doing that with their own group of people, just like that's Betty's Facebook page that was posted on, do y'all think they're telling everyone call Dog, call these people instead of law enforcement if you have a tip because they know half the tips are erroneous and they want to be able to filter out the stupid erroneous
But
stuff?
but how do you determine
But
that?
yeah,
Because
it's
you're
not their
Well,
not
if
law
you
business.
start the
enforcement.
rumor and it gets called in on your tip line, you know it's not a real tip. You see what I'm saying?
I mean,
Do y'all
yeah,
understand what I'm saying?
I
yeah.
get what you're saying, yeah, but it's still an interference with an investigation. They all of this has been all of this. I mean, they've set in
I agree.
motion all of this from the beginning to the end, all of it.
But then
Yeah.
they want to turn around and file this lawsuit that says that there's bullying. People are stopping people from or people from searching and so on and so forth. How are they stopping someone from searching because the tips aren't even being turned in?
It's a good question, but I will say this. When I hear ridiculous statements like, oh my gosh, now they're criticizing Slithers. Slithers should be on this filing. Stop acting like this filing has anything to do with Sebastian Rogers and not just your personal hurt feelings. It is disgraceful. It is absolutely disgraceful that this child and his disappearance are being used by people whose fifis got hurt. That is my opinion on it.
Well,
Oh
yeah, and I
no, did
feel
you hear
that,
that they're saying Slithers was, the guy was an actor. The guy did have on there, he's an actor. You are allowed, if you were on the internet, you were open to criticism.
That was a good find, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
yeah,
it
and
was.
then like the
I knew there
people
was
that,
more to that, dude. And then as I watched your live stream, I was like, oh my God.
and
Why
then
are they all actors, y'all?
the main people, that they have listed so far in this lawsuit or whatever this is, this filing, I'm just going to say, and the people that certain people have hinted that are going to be added to this is all like people that they have personal conflict with that has nothing to do with finding Sebastian, in my opinion.
No, it's all hurt feelings.
Yeah, and I mean, and just I mean, and so I'm just mind blown at all of this, and then you've got this whenever Nick posted that, this endangered runaway. But then just a couple of weeks ago, when Seth and Tony did that interview with, I believe it was Court TV right after the court case or the court hearing that day for Betty, like almost Seth's first words were, I believe Katie has done something to Sebastian. But then 2 weeks later, you've got Nick coming out. Now he's an endangered runaway. Like, what is it? You know, because that's the interview that Tony was saying that Seth's muzzle's off now. He's allowed him to take his muzzle off.
Right. Well, that's the problem. A lot of what they have said, both publicly and in these declarations, contradict themselves. A lot of it.
A lot of it.
And I have a
Some of
feeling
these,
there's a reason for that. I have a feeling there's a reason for different tunes being made and all of that. Again, just like there's a reason why all these people are now saying what they're saying. And for those who don't understand, these guys are in my neighborhood. So when I'm getting awareness via YouTube, okay, that there's this filing against me, and these guys are claiming they're going to have a press conference on my local courthouse steps. If you don't think I needed an attorney and I needed one ASAP, you are mistaken. There is
oh, I
nothing
100%.
fraudulent. These people are insane. It's like money makes people just angry. You know what I mean? Like, oh, she has a GoFundMe. Okay, and what would you do if you were accused and then this was going to take place on your courthouse steps? What, you would just sit back, wait and see? I should just, let this go and see what. No, there's no waiting to see what happens. You have to be prepared.
And
Well,
because,
Granny, I think you.
well,
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, go
Sorry.
ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Hey,
I was
Heather.
just going to say, and then, so you've got Nick that comes out now that says, that they believe that Sebastian is an endangered runaway. So, and Betty is supposed to be part of this team. So where's Betty's apology to everybody since she's called Sebastian defective and said that, Katie's done something with him in her pickle bag and, all these other horrendous allegations that she's come out and said. Doesn't seem like there's too much teamwork going on there.
Well, that's why when you're in litigation, most attorneys tell you to shut up. I'll just say that.
Well, I mean, a judge
Yep.
told her to shut up and she hasn't yet,
Mhm.
And it's not First Amendment Constitution taking away her freedom of press. The judge told you you're not press. He asked you how you made your press, where you got your press pass at. She said she printed it. If that's not telling you you're not media, I don't know what else is.
Not only that, but we have to really think about this logically. Betty took this real life. She took it real life. She was up in this dude's car window screaming at him, blocking the roadway. We all seen it on video. Like, no, no. If you're not out here helping victims' families search for their loved ones or trying to help spread awareness about their cases and doing the right thing by any family member who has a loved one missing, at the end of the day, it hurts them. It really does. And I had suspected the Proudfoots because you know what? I was listening to Team Seth for a long time. I'm guilty of it just like everyone else. And I also suspected because, yes, Katie was the last one seen with Sebastian. But now I have to look at things like, knowledge from other cases and stuff that I've studied and covered. And this lawsuit, and I'm not saying or accusing anyone of anything, but this lawsuit reminds me of Barry Morphew's lawsuit. That's what it makes me think of if you really want to know the truth about it. Like, we there's no facts about where Sebastian is, and there's already lawsuits against people who are spreading awareness about the case, regardless of what narrative they choose to talk about in the case. Come on.
Well,
What's going on,
and in the 8 months that Sebastian's been gone, this isn't the first time that Sebastian's father has tried to silence people. To me, that speaks volume.
And I like to note, I was never a recipient of any of those cease and desist, not the first round nor the second.
I will say this, Granny, as someone who's been federally sued, you don't wait. Like you
Right.
said, you don't wait to find out what's going on. You have to act. Because if you wait, it's going to be too late and you're screwed.
And not only that, but if this was such a scam and I'm scamming and all that, you don't even see me out here pushing it that often. It's not like I'm going live every day telling you all the importance and please, 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 or I'm pushing on my community post every single day or anything like that. No. I mean, it's so the whole thing's ridiculous. That's what
Even
it
if you
is.
were, I wouldn't see anything wrong with it. You have the right to defend yourself, and everybody that supports you has the right to support you if they choose. I wouldn't even worry about it. You got to do what you got to do.
No,
Yeah,
honestly, I
because
don't care what these people think, to be honest. I don't. There's no doubt in my mind
This
if
is your
they were
life.
facing this, they would, feel the same way. This isn't, and it's my local life as well. It's not like this is taking place in Tennessee and I'm in PA. No, this is PA. This is my home. This is where I
Exactly.
go. This is where my kids go. This is where we are. This is who we are. Like, this
And
is
then
a
this
big
is
deal.
intimidation, right?
yeah,
It's
and
intimidating.
the
Thank you,
fact
Sassy.
It
that
is.
that your name is listed as one
Well,
of
and
the, I don't remember, I don't know the legal term for it.
Defendant.
Yes, like
but
to
not
me,
only that, Granny's got to go and run errands. She's got to, run around, do stuff.
Yeah.
I
Look at
would
my
be
cameras
feeling
from
a
my car,
little,
body cameras. Yep.
I'd feel a little, I'd feel a little beside myself too.
yeah, and I don't see anything wrong with, you having to go. I mean, hell, one of the people that's named, that's coming after you has a $30,000 GoFundMe for charges that she's committed. And that's okay, but you can't have a GoFundMe to defend yourself.
Yeah, the only people that have problems with it are people that were looking for problems or had problems anyway, so I don't care. Right, Poco, exactly. I mean,
You
again,
know,
this dropped on a Friday. They're claiming they're having a presser on my county steps on a Wednesday. You don't think it was urgent?
you know
Yeah.
what it kind of sets the alarm bells off for me is they almost want to try to push that the defendants can't ask for money on YouTube for their lawsuit because they're afraid if y'all get an attorney worth their salt, they're done. I mean,
It's a possibility.
that is a cheap trick move. And we ain't
Well,
talking
It
about
was a scare tactic, hoping she didn't know better.
Betty was not blocking the road. The B Sox was. Okay, Veronica.
what did she say?
Okay. Betty was not blocking the road. The B Sox were. Betty's the one that exited her vehicle in traffic, but okay.
He was
Why would
sitting at
any
a red
attorney
light
that
and
my
she
town
pulled
do it?
up behind him.
Yep.
Well, 505 things, because it said Rico on it. That's why. Because we're not talking about, I'm not just being accused of hurting somebody's feelings on YouTube. I'm being alleged to being part of a RICO operation. I mean, I know you didn't mean that to insult me, but pretty insulted by it.
I mean, how was he blocking a road when he's sitting at a red light and as soon as the red light turns green, he takes off and it's all on video because Betty recorded it.
Right. I mean, obviously, listen, a judge made a judgment. They can appeal it. She can do what she wants. But I do believe that I know you didn't mean it to be 505 things. I'm just saying, like, that is a pretty big accusation for my little town here. But the fact is that this, which I don't even want to say too much, but I know all the things you guys know, and I know that this is pretty fucking wild.
Granny, I
And
think everybody should, you should share your GoFundMe because you know what? This could be any of us. Any
And
of us.
it might be
Yeah, it
50
could,
others
Jay, you're
of
right.
yous too.
Yep.
And they're
I
even
feel
claiming
like
that they're
that's
getting IP
sorry, Granny.
addresses. Sorry. I just want you subs to rest assured they will not be getting your IP addresses.
Mm-mm. Well, that bullshit started back when they were doing the first vigil with Mutt Motel. And Tony said that the guy from the Mutt Motel was lifting IP addresses. Then Nick came out with it. Oh, they're getting them from chats. They can't do that.
Veronica, we've watched the video 1,000 times. What do you want us to watch the video again for? How was he in the middle or blocking traffic?
Well, here, Veronica, I have a better question for you. What if I have text messages from one of the plaintiffs against the other plaintiff claiming that the plaintiff and a non-listed party who should be listed and may be listed in the future plotted out where the Bowerstocks were? What if I told you that this plaintiff stated that Terry Lynn stalked out the Proudfoots, the Bowerstocks, so she could tell Betty exactly when and where they would be where they were, which is why a receipt has come out showing that they shopped there every single week at the same exact day, and that's how she was able to find them. What if there was proof of that? Via plaintiff against a plaintiff. What if one plaintiff talks just way too much to too many creators and is all going to blow up
right.
on that fact alone?
What if one of those people in that lawsuit that's filed against you, Granny, lied so much that that person's even recorded
Yeah,
in black and white for the world to see, talking smack about Seth himself? I mean, what if, right?
Skip has a good question. I wonder if the Mutt Motel filtered the donations to Seth's nonprofit. Good question.
that is a good question.
And I want to know, in one of those, on one of the exhibits, it was Seth's exhibit, one of his that he initialed his name by says that he is being followed to work. When has Seth gone back to work through all of this?
I don't care if he has or hasn't. I sure as hell know I haven't followed him anywhere.
Right.
I'm stays away.
You haven't been in Tennessee, right?
Well, but that's
You
what
as
I'm
well,
saying.
Mother. Thank you.
So you can't come out and say that, Seth has this GoFundMe and Cash App and all this because, he needs help with his bills while he's off searching for his son every single day that he's been missing, but then yet turn around and say you're being followed to work.
So right
Not
here
only
it
that,
says, I was told Terry Lynn let her know where Terry B would be since she sits in that parking lot all the time and knows the Bowersock schedule. And she hadn't searched for 3 days, but the night after I was out at Rock Castle, she started searching again. She and Betty are going somewhere tomorrow, allegedly. 2 moms from the Facebook groups came to me about it. I know the one girl and trust her. The other, I can't see her lying, but she was super quiet and shy for some reason. Maybe she's afraid of either the Bowersocks, Proudfoots, or Terry. Not sure. So yeah, I was told Terry followed Terry Bowersocks to know where she would be and then told Betty where she would be. There you have it.
not surprised.
Well,
By
and
any of
somebody
this.
up here in chat said, Mutt Motel. Oh, okay. Never mind. I read that wrong. It says Mutt Motel is not a registered charity. They let it expire before that vigil. I thought it said that they were, and that's what I was going to say is no, that they let it expire.
Thank
So
you,
it's not
Danielle.
even a legit charity.
I don't know. I haven't looked into the charity because I don't care where they put their, their visual fundraising monies and all that. I quite frankly, I don't give a shit about any of that. I think
Right.
all of it comes out in the wash, and it always will.
Yeah, and again, this is all supposed to be about Sebastian. Where's Sebastian? But then yet, you've got this Mutt Motel as a distraction. You've got these motorcycle rides as a distraction. You've got Betty driving in from Florida, getting arrested and saying that she got arrested for Sebastian. That is disgusting to me.
Just
Well,
FYI, the Mutt Motel is not on the latest. I think, when is the next thing? The 9th?
Yes.
The next. Yeah, they're not on there. Only the Jacobs Audibles is on the flyer this time.
I thought
So no-
Jacob was great.
Yeah, I liked him too. No Mutt Motel, though.
You know what disgusts me? Anytime a parent, even if the child's not present, I mean, on public television to say that the other parent never loved the kid at all.
Mm.
That kind of stuff right there. I'm sorry. Can we quit using our kids to play the parent that we don't like? That
Regina,
is
but
some,
Regina, you
Whew.
you just made such a good point, because still here we are 8 months later and Seth is still trying to hurt his ex-wife.
In
Why?
your opinion,
In my
make sure you
opinion,
protect yourself from Rico.
I mean, obviously that would hurt a mother's feelings to hear, if their kid's missing.
That would that
He's still
a
trying to hurt them.
knife.
So it goes back to my original theory that he's had this vendetta, in my opinion. And it continues to this day. It's just coming out in different ways. I mean, who goes on national TV, like worldwide TV, and says those things?
Well, it's just
Someone
like-
who is desperate to get that message to that person to hurt them.
Well, just like them making this allegation that once they get these roaches, or what were they calling us, skunks, once they get these skunks out of the way, they'll find Sebastian. Do you know how dangerous that is to say that? Like, get us out of the way. How? What do you mean by that? And how is that going to produce Sebastian? Like,
How are we even in the way,
No
or
way.
anybody in the way?
right. But to say that with this filing, to pass this around publicly and tell people that me particularly, and barbecue are the reason Sebastian isn't home. Huh.
And I'll tell you what, these people should be a little careful too, because they're accusing me of, I've had so many comments on my videos accusing me of taking money from the Proudfoots.
Yeah, me too. And I've never even fucking.
No.
Nope.
So
I know.
it's weird.
Well, it's whatever fits their narrative for that day, in my opinion.
Listen, I've been one of the people to say it this whole time. I don't even trust Chris Proudfoot. And I've said this repeatedly. Nobody should believe a parent of a missing child, especially as YouTubers, and think that they're going to tell us the truth.
Right.
I agree. Yeah.
I agree with that, Miss Ann. It's very true.
I think you're right, Granny. I think that a lot of YouTubers are, especially now, being used as vessels to continue a narrative.
They
And
don't even know what they're doing, girl. They don't even know.
Squash the others, right? Squash the opinions of the other side, the other side's opinion. And then they continue to spout their narrative every night.
Well, and in my
Every night.
opinion,
I mean, you had
don't-
Mr. and Mrs. E reading Granny's entire lawsuit for 5.5 hours straight.
That's right,
And-
Mr. and Mrs. E. All
Yeah. In my
documented,
opinion-
download it. Matter of fact, I believe within there, there was quite a few comments from a plaintiff, if you
Mhm.
will,
Yes.
that are going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
The plaintiff
my
that has
opinion-
most of us blocked.
Well, both plaintiffs, ironically,
A
but
few
yeah.
plaintiffs.
Sorry, small town. I didn't mean to
I've
cut you off.
actually blocked one out a long time ago, but I saw something about they have to I saw somebody claiming they're deputized. I saw somebody saying that they have to deputize somebody to serve barbecue, which would never happen. Plus, barbecue's town has sheriffs. I mean, there's a lot of, and there's people larping it up, licking it up. Oh, yay, go, go, go. And you all look silly.
I'm telling you,
look
it could be anybody. This doesn't have to be Seth and Tony and the at night thing. This could be anybody suing anybody and following their lead.
Especially creator.
And I don't
Yeah,
like
you
that.
guys. In most states, it costs like $100 to file a lawsuit. I mean,
Yeah, you can sue anybody and say anything. So, example, I was sued by another creator, and the reason why she did it, because she filed wrong, right? I'm in Florida, she's in Ohio. She filed it in Ohio, knowing that that's out of jurisdiction because I'm in Florida. But the reason she did it was to put all her exhibits of all of our personal texts in there, and then direct people to the lawsuit against me so they could read it.
yeah, but you know what?
Why does that sound familiar? Sure.
You know
Mhm.
what? I just can't help but keep thinking whenever these lawsuits are completely dismissed because they're literally based on lies. Like, have they really thought through the repercussions of what they've done, sending out this lawsuit to all these YouTubers before the actual defendants? And
No, but don't give them any
mean-
heads up, Regina. They don't need to know
Oh.
anything of which we know. Let them think they're in the forefront. Let them think they're winning.
like, it's actually, I'm concerned about these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm concerned about them, Granny, and I'm not trying to be funny or mean or anything, but like, wow. Wow.
Yeah. Chris is right. It's a way to legally dox someone. 100%.
I don't think the plaintiffs realized they would be doxxed as well.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, I mean, look at the lawsuit that Betty has on Queen and how long that's been going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I mean, that goes back to anybody can sue anybody for.
Look at JLR. He's in the world records for most lawsuits. Sasha, thank you so much for the PayPal. And Colleen, thank you. Yeah, I mean, you can, didn't JLR sue like everything short of Santa Claus?
So many,
yeah.
celebs and
I mean, you can put whatever you
Politicians.
want. The
Yep.
problem is a lot of these people signed their signatures next to statements under perjury.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
anybody can look
unfortunately,
through
Granny, when
They
you're
sure
served
do.
with this, you have to respond. And you did the right thing by being prepared, if you are served, to respond to this.
And I don't think people realize, even if I'm not, there's still things that need to be done. Like this,
Mhm.
it doesn't just get to float in the universe now with my name attached to Rico, okay? That's not the way this
Right.
works.
Like the other things we spoke about on the phone. You
Right.
need to do that.
Yeah.
Mhm. This is to get Granny on the up and up so this doesn't happen again. That's the way
Well,
I
I
see
think
it.
Right,
I
revival.
think
First time
that
ever,
this
too.
civil lawsuit has some serious defaming allegations in it. And I think that it's a violation to our First Amendment, freedom of press.
Mhm.
And I don't agree with it at all. And I just, I'm shocked, honestly, to see this kind of stuff go on in a community where we're supposed to be, covering a case. And yes, every YouTube creator is going to have a biased opinion of the case. Okay. They're all going to come up with their own ideas behind a case. They're all going to speculate. And you know what? Sometimes, whenever we're getting stuff right, we might even all come together and agree on something. But it's wrong to try to silence us whenever, even if you're talking negatively about someone associated with the case is still getting coverage. And that's the whole thing about us being able to cover these cases and talk freely about our opinions and how we feel. It can be the break in the case. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, those aha moments can mean all the difference in the world. There are PIs, there are law enforcement that watch our channels, and we owe it to them to not be silenced, to the victims and their families, right?
When I just think, again, this is all about a missing child. Like, none of this, in my opinion, should be going on. It should all go back to that missing child, no matter what parent you believe, don't believe, whatever.
I don't believe any parent.
Right. But that's what I was going to
Same.
say. Law enforcement has come out and said there is no evidence. All parents are cooperating. Like, that's who is making the calls in this case. Whether or not you agree with that or not, that's law enforcement. And so you can't just turn around and start blaming parents because you don't like Sumner County. That's not your say.
But a case is biased whenever you read messages on another Facebook page about Sebastian with comments like, "Why did Katie wait 8 days to report Sebastian missing to the media?" Well, Seth, as Sebastian's father, could have done that just as easily within those 8 days, couldn't he have? I mean, it's so biased that I don't think people realize how it's becoming idiocracy to a degree. Does that make sense?
Well, yes, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. People keep saying, Katie's story's changed. Blah 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 blah. Well, until you have been in a moment that is so, I'm gonna use the word shocking, to your system, you don't know how you would act and what you would say each and every time that you go on social media or to a news and say, because I have been in that moment. I don't have any children. I lost my husband. I had to give CPR for 19 minutes. All these people showed up at my house. The stuff that I said that day, it wasn't that my story changed. It was that I didn't remember every single detail of what happened in that given moment. But as time went on and I talked about it more stuff started coming to me.
Right.
Like,
There's actual
people,
words for that. And I'm sorry that you experienced that. But
oh,
yeah, I
thank
mean,
you.
that's That there's like, if these people are really true crime, they would know that that is common. That's how it happens. Like
Yes.
trauma.
And so, like, when they're saying, how could she leave out the thud part? Like, that's not, in my opinion, unless you have been in that situation, that's not that big of a statement, because like I said,
But it was never left out. She
right.
said from the beginning she heard a loud noise. Somebody finally asked her to describe the noise, and she said a thud. It was never, she never
Right.
left it out.
And I was just using that as an example,
But that's the
because,
only thing that they can pick on her for.
right. And that's what I'm
Ma'am,
trying
I
to
assure you,
say.
my ducks are very much in a row with attorneys. Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying
Well,
to
I
say
think
with
B
all of
Fam
this.
was just saying, Granny, that the next thing is going to be, okay, if you're not served, what's next?
They're already saying it. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
I mean, that's honestly
But
how
the
I
thing
feel.
is, G, like, you don't know what's coming next. So
Right. I
that's
don't
the
even know what's
thing.
going to happen today. I mean, you ever look over your shoulders and have to worry every time you get out the front door? You ever have to sit down and show your kids photos of 3, 4 fucking people in your area that you deem to be dangerous? Like, these people act like I asked for this shit. They act like I'm asking for $20,000 and I'm trying to scam everybody out of fucking money. You think I wanted any of this?
We know you're not, Granny.
Right.
We know you're
Fucking
not.
insulting.
It is.
What's
That's
insulting is
rather
your name
insulting.
even being on there in the first place.
Yeah.
In my neighborhood, too.
Ridiculous.
In my fucking neighborhood.
And if the people that think that it's wrong and think that Granny shouldn't be doing this, you don't have to donate. It's that easy. She's not forcing
I just don't think
anyone.
people understand that things like this you can't predict. Like, you can't sit here and go, okay, well, if I'm never served, then what? And have a plan. It doesn't work that way. When this is not in your control, you're not the one that filed it, and you're not the one that has to make the next move. So all you can do is get a lawyer to protect yourself when it does happen.
That is
If it does
exactly
happen.
correct.
And that's it.
100%.
She can't predict what they're going to do next. She couldn't even predict this.
Right.
I mean, cut her some slack, for fuck's sake.
And I've also seen where many
They act
people
like
were.
my name's not like literally to defend it. Like, I'm just maybe
Dude, your
possibly
name
one
is
of the
all
upcoming
over.
50. Right. Like, my entire life has been doxxed. My full government name, my address, where my kid, like, everything has been doxxed, okay? With the allegation that I am preventing this young boy from coming home. You understand?
let me tell
You
you
don't even know
this.
who's in the audience. You don't
And
know
let me
who's gonna
tell you
believe
what makes
that.
it even worse, Granny, is like when I was served or whatever and people were reading it, both of those suits, the one from the creator and the other one, when people read it, that's fine, whatever. I don't have minor children. My kids are grown, but you have a minor child at home. And to see your name and your address on Facebook, X, YouTube, it makes me sick. And that should have never happened in the first place. So I think that would be your follow-up step. I mean, if anybody's going to talk about a follow-up step, it's BS.
Well, if
That's
anybody
very
wants to wonder
scary.
about a follow-up step, use your fucking noggin. What if it were you? What would be your next fucking step? Is it that hard to figure out? If it is, then please exit left from a so-called true crime community, respectfully. People can't
Yeah.
figure out what would be next.
I don't like it. I don't like that you have I don't like that. It's fucked up.
And then
Considering
they're
that,
like, well, some of the things written in there, they were said, never by me. Never by me.
considering the unhinged behavior and threats that we've seen come from certain parties that are on this lawsuit as well, like I completely agree. There's great reason to be alarmed. That's the threats are real, but the side of the table that's alleging them is the one doing the threatening, and the side of the table just trying to defend themselves against.
Unfortunately, to defend yourself, it costs money.
Yep.
And
I mean, when you fluff it up to be in how many pages, you don't think it costs money just to have an attorney read over it?
ooh, Gary just made an announcement. He said, I'm so happy that the GoFundMe.
Oh, well, thank you, Gary.
Wait, where is that? Over 4,000. Wow, Granny, good job. Only
Thank you, guys. I
1,000 more to
appreciate it.
reach the goal, guys.
Thank you all so much, everybody. Thank you.
I think that speaks volumes for the support you have.
No,
That's
Granny, if
great.
I were you, honestly, though, I would keep up that GoFundMe, because if this is just a $5,000 retainer, you're going to need a lot more money before this is all said and done. Lawyers typically either charge by the hour whenever they're not in court, or they charge you by the day whenever they have to go to court with you, and by the hour for any kind of anything extra tacked on.
Well,
to
let's
the
get
end of
her
the
to
day.
that initial goal, guys.
So,
If we have 1,000 people donate $1, she's there. It's pretty amazing stuff. You have a lot
Well,
of
and in my
support.
opinion too, like if you think about it, like the people just say that are commenting, this stuff. If this was you and your family, would you have $20,000-$30,000 just to go hire an attorney and not say anything to protect your kids and your family?
Please. The same people bitch are on here asking for tires every 3 fucking months. Thank you, ND Bushes. I don't get
Thanks,
to chat much
Gary.
anymore, though I don't understand why your name is included in this. You have only brought awareness. Yeah, well, so I thought.
And it's
or
just
complaining whenever they get a beautiful Christmas dinner sent to them.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mrs. Fletcher said Nick named 10 states and 50 more plaintiffs coming. If my name was on there, I would hire a lawyer too.
yeah. Here's the thing. I don't know if people just don't know the legal system, and I'm not faulting anybody who doesn't, because, obviously there's a lot to it. But if this was really federal and they wanted it to be federal, they would have filed it in federal court, and it would have gave them jurisdiction without having to find attorneys in all those different places. So for people that are going around and they're clapping their hands and they're saying we're going to jail, and if anybody hurts Brittany Jackson's fucking feelings again, they're going to jail and all this, you sound stupid. You sound sincerely stupid. I am sorry that you were hyped up and gassed up to believe what you were reading in those documents. But if you take your feelings aside from it and you actually read it, or better yet, hand it to somebody who is not involved in the YouTube aspect of things and ask them what they think of it, and let somebody who's not biased read through it. Okay? Stupid.
I've seen it from both sides, like both sides collectively, literally. I've seen both sides of this coin, and yeah, I don't agree with this lawsuit at all. Like, I can literally go through this lawsuit, and from being on both sides of the coin and seeing it from both angles, like, can go through and pick out the lies and match it up to videos. Well, a few videos, because let's be honest here, someone deleted a whole bunch of stuff off their channels. And just like pick apart this lawsuit. It's almost like Sherlock Inspector Ninja Turtles wrote it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the claims in it. Like, it's so reminiscent of the post about the truth serum that any day now I'm expecting them, just like they did with the truth serum, and come out and be like, no, we didn't really mean that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I
but I
half
mean,
expect it.
I think whether it's a threat or it really is serious, right? Like you have to take it serious because, like they were saying, like you can't wait till the last minute, to start gathering evidence. I mean, just for Granny to have to go and prepare and print off documents and get stuff from courthouse and do all this, like all of that costs money. Making
Oh
copies
no.
costs money.
Absolutely, Granny needs to have an attorney. There are so many motions and filings. Like, if you guys, this is going to cost an arm and a leg just to defend herself. Okay, but Granny, I'm telling you what, the countersuits I would follow up with. Oh, sweet Jesus.
New Kid in Town, thank you so much. I do appreciate that.
Oh,
Per saying CP hit the body and BHB called Sebastian defective. Yeah. Hey, literally Davis. Hey, nonsense. Yep. That's what I'm saying. It's not even just financially. It's just being here. It's the emails of support. It's the emails, are you okay? Just checking in on you. It's the comments. It's the thumbs up. It's all of it. All of it adds up. That's what they're hoping, SS. That was absolutely their plans there.
Yeah, and I've heard people also say, well, these people, that get sued or are in this lawsuit or named in this lawsuit, they get super chats and PayPals and Cash Apps and they get paid from YouTube and blah blah blah. They also have a family. So you take the money, so these people that are saying this stuff, you take the money that you make every single month, just say if this is your full-time job or not, and tell me how much you can put aside at one given time to take care of your family and everything else, but then to also hire an attorney on the side.
It just blows my mind. I don't understand. They're constantly on different social media platforms. Constantly. They put themselves on these social media platforms, which, and I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings because it even applies to me as a content creator. We are, when we put ourselves out there in the public eye, we are subject to public scrutiny. Okay. That's just a fact. And I don't think it's fair to call ourselves, any kind of journalists or true crimers or unbiased and not expect that. Period. And I especially don't consider us to be public figures, you know, talking about Sean, going on national television, not even knowing the people's names of the case at all. And I'm not talking about like reading it off some misprint. I mean going on national television and talking about a case and not even knowing the people's names involved in the case.
Granny, I just
And
shared your GoFundMe in my community. If anybody wants to find it there, the link is there as well.
Thank
And I
you so
just
and
saw
much.
KCG, it says an injunction unfiled. I believe it is filed in the courts, and that's how everybody got it.
It is filed. I don't know
So
why
I don't
people
know why
keep saying
people
it's
keep
unfiled.
saying that it's not filed. Like, how
I
else
know.
would anybody be able to go to the court website and print all of these documents off if it's not filed in a court?
Yeah, I mean, it is filed. I don't know why people think it's not filed. Like you just said, if it's listed on the court, website, it's filed. Pug, thank you so much. Sent what I could, sending positive vibes to you. Thank you so much. No, it's definitely filed. I mean, that's the other thing. You have one side of people are saying it's a federal injunction and it's filed and, blah, blah, blah. And then you got others saying it's a criminal investigation. We're going to jail. And then you got the plaintiff saying one thing, then the other plaintiff saying another, then the third plaintiff saying another. It's like they don't even know. They don't even know.
No, it hasn't been signed by a judge because it's been filed with the courts. So if a judge, and I'm just going out on a limb here, if a judge reads through all of this and signs it, that means that everything that they've put into that paperwork would be approved, right? If a judge signs it, isn't that what you're fighting against, to not have um like the orders, I guess, to go in place? Like it
I
would be
suppose.
filed with the courts and
I don't know
then,
what they're looking for at the end of it, to be honest. So I don't know.
but I think like it has to go, like it goes filed with the courts and then like it moves forward just like any other court case. So that's why I don't understand why people are saying like it's not real. It is real. That's how everybody's reading all of this.
Right.
well, the thing is it can be filed with the court. A judge has to sign it for any kind of um, hearings or anything to be scheduled for it. Like not only that, but
Wait,
excuse me, unless the parties that are named in this lawsuit have been served, they can't even begin to set a
And
date.
Feisty Nana, that's not true. Like everybody got it because it was emailed to them. No, people pulled it off of the website, the court website, and read it. I've seen people do it.
yeah, that's how they did it. So
I
one
have an
person
update, Granny.
yes.
4,230 raised.
Wow, you guys are amazing. Thank you so
Mm-hmm.
much. Thank you.
Awesome.
Sorry, just wanted to report on that.
I appreciate that. I took the comment down. It was meant as a question. There's a lot of people here, and I'm sorry I didn't add to it. That's okay, KCG. Basically, it was filed. It was handed out via the internet. So people, one person claims they got a Patreon that gave them and said, hey, I got big news for you. You could be the first to drop it, blah, blah, blah. They went live before even reading it, had another guest on. They were cheering it on, blah, blah, blah. I think they have come to realize that they were used in this situation. But that is what happened. It was filed, and then plaintiffs handed it out to other creators to read it, and they spread it all over social media, and then they went to news agencies and all of that. That's how it went.
And I just want to say,
Yep.
Kate, I don't know, what
It
was it
could
again?
got the memo.
Kate,
It could. I don't know if it will. It could. It will at least give the judge an idea of what's going on.
KCG, I apologize. I wasn't coming at you. I'm just saying, like, I just saw a lot of those comments saying that it hasn't been filed yet and all that. So I apologize if I said something, mean to you, or it came off that way. I was not meaning it that way at all. I'm just reading all these comments that are like, it's not filed. It's not filed. People don't have it. But so please, I do apologize if I came off that way.
Yeah, it wasn't leaked before it was on the
motion.
court website. No, it wasn't leaked
Oh.
before it was on the court website. The minute it was on the court website, it was leaked out to creators.
I do love how eloquently written SF's filing was.
Yeah, he did great.
That was a good read. Yeah, it was. Yeah, he did.
Here's the thing, Chris. Chris says, I don't understand how they complain about y'all making money. One plaintiff's trying to raise $30,000. That's going to be interesting, because when it comes time to show, they're so far-fetched that, there's no basis. There
I
are
will
creators
say
who have had
this.
a high increase in income.
Yeah.
Some of them are plaintiffs. Yeah.
Not only that, but if are they raising money for the lawsuit or Betty's defense?
Betty's defense.
Oh my goodness, these people, bless their hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they're trying to raise money
You did it, ACG. You did it. It's okay.
for Betty's $30,000 appeal.
Mm-hmm.
For her ROs that have been granted, because she's saying, well, I don't know. At this point, hell, I've heard her say 10 million different things, that she didn't threaten them. She was only there one day. Then it's because of hashtags. And then it's because, of this and that. So, she wasn't served properly, yada, yada, yada. Like, so that's what Betty's GoFundMe's for. It has nothing to do with Sebastian.
Maya's saying, so the judge has to sign off first before serving her. No, I have to be served before a judge is even made aware of this.
$4,330 says Casual Art.
Casual Art.
Thank
Thank
you,
you guys so
Casual.
much. You guys are amazing. She knows they
Another-
want the appeal. She just wants the money. I don't know, Missouri. I think she missed a date for appeal, if I'm correct. But it's up to them if they accept it or not. But the whole thing is like, I think what people are really trying to point out is the contradictions. Like on one hand, somebody's screaming about their freedom of speech and trying to raise 30,000. On the other, they're trying to take away my freedom of speech and tell me I can't raise shit. Like, it's just the hypocrisy of it all.
Another great way to help Granny with the GoFundMe and raising awareness is to like, subscribe, and share the video. That way, word about the
And
GoFundMe
thumbs
gets
up's
out
a way
there.
to help too. What you got back there, Jay?
Oh, I just wanted to show this real quick. Just
Yes,
really
just break
fast.
it down.
This is from the pacourts.us. But it just shows you the course of a civil case, just so everybody kind of gets an understanding of what you may or may not have to do. It says the dispute develops, number 1, complaint filed and served, number 2, and then number 3, defendant may be required to file an answer. Number 4, both sides gather evidence. 5, pretrial conference takes place between judge and attorneys for both sides to discuss possible settlement. 6, if there's no settlement, trial takes place and a verdict is rendered. And then it says you can appeal. But if you look at that, After you're served, you have to file an answer. You have to gather evidence. That's why you need this GoFundMe. And that's just what I wanted to show, is that you can't just ignore it and
Right.
act like it doesn't exist.
Right. Thank you. It's not the
I
way it
just
goes.
saw
And
a comment in chat just a second ago. $4,530 so far.
Woohoo!
yeah, that's awesome.
That
Thank
is
you.
You guys are awesome.
And this is just, all these lawsuits are so stupid because it's such a waste of money. All this money is going to ultimately end up in lawyers' pockets. And I mean, right now, the state of affairs that everybody's in as far as finances, it's just stupid.
People are asking for the link to be dropped.
Thank you. I don't believe any of them understand that once they enter this into course, that is a no-go. All that bullshit they can be held accountable for. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I don't think BJ's really too fully aware of what she did. I mean, that's as much as I'll say there. I don't think I don't think any of them were fully aware.
I don't think they really are either, Granny. Like I said, I really feel bad for them in the grand scheme of things. Like this is, I wouldn't want to be. I wouldn't want to be them. I'm really, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Not in
And
this
even though
circumstance.
Missouri, the burden is on them to prove everything, it still costs money to defend yourself, unfortunately.
I mean, it still costs money to have a lawyer standing with you in court while
That goes
they
on. Yeah.
have to prove everything, so.
And to file all your motions and submit your evidence and everything.
What's really crazy is, like, if someone brought up, the hourly, when I was sued by Nexstar Media, they're a multi-billion dollar company. And I looked up federal copyright lawyers, and the cheapest one was $500 an hour.
Oh yeah, and that's
So
if you
you
don't have to
figure,
pay a retainer.
well, and then they have to go through all your, whatever streams are flagged as copyright. And some of those streams for me were 6 to 8 hours long. So add that up. Who's got that kind of money?
And I agree with you, nonsense. I
Wow.
don't feel bad for any of them. In my opinion, this is what they wanted. And again, my opinion, I feel that it was all brought on from hurt feelings stemmed from Betty's ROs and not getting her way in court that day. So right after that, they decided, well, we're going to make an example out of this, or.
And people can play games too when they file a suit against you. They can delay it, they can drag it on, which costs you more money. It's not
Mhm.
fun to get wrapped up in a lawsuit at all.
At all.
And
It's
it's not
stressful
fun.
as fuck, to be honest.
Plus,
Right.
anybody can file a lawsuit against anybody at any given time. Don't ever forget that either.
And just like it was said earlier, it's stressful to be in any lawsuit. Nobody likes going to court. Well, I mean, in my opinion, you don't. If you do, then that's another story. But, and especially to someone who has not done the things that are claimed in there, who has a family, who has, a home life, whether or not they have kids there or not. All their information is now out there. It is now attached to this document. And I don't know why anybody wouldn't want to fight for their name and their kids' names and their families' names.
That's the thing about a lot of these people that I'm actually seeing. A lot of these, I mean, save for a few, a lot of these people that are on this lawsuit don't have families. Not
Oh, they
close
don't?
family. No.
I don't know.
Well,
I
I mean,
don't
let's
even know
face it.
anything about some of them.
Well, let's face it, Dog the Bounty Hunter, it's a UPS store. So I looked up the address for him.
Yeah.
It's a UPS store. So I don't think Dog doxed himself in that lawsuit.
No, he didn't, which also is documented. But that is there's, or somebody claiming in that document that they're afraid for their lives, but then admittedly is now stating they need cameras. Now,
Wait a
after they
minute.
dox themselves through the filing.
Okay, hold on a second, because you just blew my legal understanding brain. Are you telling me that Dog the Bounty's address in that lawsuit is a UPS store?
Mhm.
Because if so,
No, don't
that-
even tell them,
Don't
Regina.
say
I'm
it.
fully
Okay,
Don't
aware.
say it.
There's certain things that don't even need to be,
Yes, ma'am. I got you. I'm sorry. I'm just educated.
Well,
so
sorry,
it's
I
like,
was nosy when I went through the lawsuit and went through the exhibits. I was Googling because I'm nosy. So that was me.
Kendra
Oh.
says that she lives in that area, and that woman making that whole post about, oh, the poker game and Chris and hiding a body. She's saying the woman's not even from that area. That made that all up. I hunt these woods, walk these woods looking for Sebastian. Thank you for doing that. Lived here for over 30 years. I figured it was a bunch of baloney. That's what they're
Woohoo!
doing.
Granny, you're at
That's
4640.
amazing. Thank you all so much. Thank
So
you.
close to that goal. You guys are amazing people.
It's like part of me wants to, obviously I'm so thankful and I want to celebrate, but the idea that this is even
I
what,
know.
you know what I mean? It's like, it's not
It's
even.
exhausting to think about. Yeah. You sound
Aw.
kind of down, and I feel bad.
I am down.
I
This
don't
has
like
been
it. I
extremely
don't like
down.
it.
This whole thing's been so downing.
True
Granny,
love
you
has
do-
4 paws. I heard the state of Florida, allegedly. What about it? True
We've
love?
heard it too. So it doesn't matter. I don't think people, again, understand the way this all works.
Never let the
No,
situation.
Matthews.
over.
No, I will continue to give my opinion via the internet, as will everybody else in this chat. Because that's a right we have. I mean, why wouldn't we? Why would anybody stop giving their opinions? If people don't want opinions on them, then they probably shouldn't be on the internet signing themselves up for public discussion. Okay?
Well, why would you even watch streams like this if you don't want to hear people's opinions? Go watch the news, right?
All right.
Somebody wants a link. YouTube something hysterics or something.
I seen it.
Oh, Jay, that is hilarious.
What?
If you want, if you don't want opinions, go watch the news. The news is so opinionated nowadays; it's not even funny.
Right, but you can talk back to your TV, but you're not cut. I mean,
Right.
I saw people saying, "Oh, the news is being bullied," and this whole thing. And stop. I just find it this ultimately disgraceful that we're talking about a 15-year-old child who we have allegedly been told was bullied, and yet you have a bunch of adults crying bullied and using his name through a courtroom. It baffles me entirely. It waters down what actual bullying is, in my opinion, and it is disgraceful that is happening underneath the name of a child who more than likely was bullied. If we're to believe anything that was ever said, I don't get it. I honestly I just don't get it.
I don't know, Granny. The way I would look at this now is that you have to protect your family.
Yeah. I mean, I should turn around. Absolutely, Kendra. I should turn around, and anybody who's ever criticized me, I should just put you in a lawsuit.
Well, I mean,
How
if you
dare
think
have
about it,
commentary
though,
on me?
like if
I
you
feel
think about it,
bullied.
though, and I'm not trying to like add to the scariness or the uneasiness of this, but now that your name and address is on all 3 of these social media platforms, who knows who could see that and be like, what a fucking bitch for going after this missing kid's dad.
Well, not
You know
only
what I'm
that, but
saying? It
they're
takes
stating
one
that
crazy motherfucker.
they're stating that we're the reason Sebastian can't be found.
Right. Oh, yeah, it's even worse than that, right?
And we know there's a bunch
Wow.
of maniacs who believe every word that these other maniacs are saying.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
And that's all it takes.
I don't like it.
You know, that's awful. Whenever I know for a fact that
Oh,
everyone
Catherine, that's okay. Thank you for
everyone
that.
here would give anything to bring this little boy home.
Absolutely.
So I resent those kind of statements. I think they're terrible, and I think they're complete misinformation.
Oh, yeah. In my opinion, Mai says, let's not forget his damn comment about y'all got blood on your hands.
Right.
Lynn says, Jay, your name may be on the next filing. It may be. You're damn right. That's why I'm sitting here promoting Granny and supporting Granny, because it could be any one of us.
Could be 50 others too.
I wonder every day if I myself am not going to, you know what I'm saying? I think a lot of us creators are wondering, okay, who's the 50 John Doe's, Jane Doe's. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, is that supposed to be a threat to me? I might maybe on the next one.
No, because she's a supporter. She's saying
Oh,
that,
okay.
like,
I
that
don't know her, so I was
hurt me.
just wondering. Well, I was
What's
mentioned
up,
in this one,
trouble?
so
Now
it
I know
wouldn't
who
surprise me.
you're on
50
stage.
people. That's
For
a
some
lot of
reason, I
people.
cannot see myself on your screen, but that's all good. So I didn't know I was up here. But hey, I just wanted to come up and say, with all due respect, the talk about like the filings and stuff and the addresses and stuff, like for
Mhm.
your
Hey, Daddy's doing it.
protection, like we shouldn't keep saying those kind of things because it encourages people to go do those things. And I'm just saying, you know, that is one of the things that I've been worried about for yourself is
I
your
get what you're
safety,
saying. You're right. That does
you
make
know?
sense. Yeah.
So, and then, you know, obviously to keep pointing stuff out, like, you know, Jay, respectfully, you know, just what you've been saying about certain things, your kids. And I mean, I would just kind of try to curb any of that talk and just try to stick with, you know, just the basics, because we don't want to give anybody ideas. And you've heard what I've said, I'm sure, Jessica, about the whole situation, but you know
Actually, I
that
honestly haven't.
okay, well, my take on it is that, you know, I support the injunction, but I support your due process.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I've read through it all now, and I see things that are factual, but I also see very loose accusations. And like I've been saying, I think this is not, it's not really about you at all. It's about
Your audio's
Can you
cutting
guys
out pretty
hear
bad.
her? Or is it
throwing
just
in,
me?
like,
No, it's her. Your audio's cutting out pretty bad. And I think you have
There's an
YouTube
echo,
open in the
too.
background.
you have a what?
An echo.
Oh my god.
Let me mute you really quick. I think you have YouTube open in the background. Yes, the sound. The sound was hard to hear.
I thought it was me at first.
No, but let me get Nelly. Sorry, hold on.
Well, respectfully, I wasn't trying to bring attention to the fact that Granny has a family. I mean,
Anyway.
we all know that she has a family. But I think it's important to realize, you know, that this isn't just a fucking joke.
Oh, that's amazing casual art. Wow.
It is in no way a joke. But you know what? I think that woman did have one very valid point. Granny, I don't think that this is just against you, or there wouldn't be 50 Jane and John Does attached to it. This is about silencing 50 plus creators in Sebastian's case. Let's get that right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've read it. And this is a means to silence 50 plus creators from having an opinion.
From an opinion, right? From any. Meanwhile, the opinions that are being given by the plaintiffs are quite okay because it's opinions they want given, right? And they're not even being stated as opinions, but it's what they want. And unless you're saying what they want to hear, you too are at risk of this.
Yeah.
Right. Before she read through it, right? So there's that, because a lot of these people are grabbing onto this and celebrating it because they don't like me. Not because they stand for fact, or not because they really believe in what's being stated and what's being said, simply because they don't like me. That's all right. I mean, I can guarantee who gets the last laugh here. Many are being threatened to being targeted. Many, I mean, the idea that they're getting people's IP addresses and this and that, it's just, it's all not real.
$70 to go.
Wow, that's
says
amazing.
Gary. That is amazing. Good job.
Thank you.
All right,
guys for
Granny, I'm
helping.
gonna hop down. I got some stuff to take care of, but it was nice chatting, and
Thank you for
I'm
your
glad
help,
that
Jay.
you're almost to your goal. That's amazing.
I appreciate
Keep
your
being
help
you,
so much.
girl. Keep being you.
Thank you.
All
It's good
right.
seeing you again today.
I'll be in chat. I'll see you.
Right, Autumn Renee, truth, while hashtagging that is justice for Sebastian. And again, ask yourselves this: why are these ludicrous things coming up now? Like these, these alleged, oh, we played poker and we know where he's at, or, oh, Seth, I knew Katie back when Seth was exposed. And it's all a distraction. And guess what? We have all been used as pawns in all of it. I don't doubt it's coming from both sides at this point. I know for me personally, I'm over it. There is no reason why I have this big of a target on my back for simply trying to keep things factual out here and going over other people's words. It's not right. You're all in risk of it too. Anybody who does any type of commentary on anybody can face the same thing one day, and you just may face it by me. Keep giving your commentary on me. Who would have thought you can file lawsuits against anybody anywhere? Isn't that amazing?
Who would
You
have
hurt
thunk
my
it?
feelings. Who would have thunk it? So stupid. I think
Yeah,
it's
and
more of a
again,
fear
in my
mongering
opinion,
technique. Mm.
that, this is all, based on opinions, but then you got another side that says that, freedom of speech, they're trying to take someone's constitution or constitutional right away, blah, blah, blah. But then you got a lawsuit going in that's being filed based off of people's opinions. Like,
Right.
pick which side you guys want.
If I had gone to Tennessee and I had gone around Seth Rogers' home to his employment, drove around his neighborhood, reached out to his family members, and did all those things, I would understandably and rightfully so be facing my time in a courtroom. But I didn't do any of that. The most I did was play his own words, point out inconsistencies, and give my opinions on them. I am not one of the people that called him a P word. I'm not one of the people that called him an M word or said that he harmed Sebastian. I actually stood against that and stated from the very jump until recent times that I don't believe, or I didn't believe, that Seth had anything to do with Sebastian's disappearance. I have told people not to contact Nick's parole officer, because that parolee that lady has to document every which call she gets. And at that point, people already said they had called. I stood against the names making fun of Hong and what I deemed to be racism. I stood against all of that. So this idea that people are like, well, that, they did do these things. They may have, but I didn't. And I'm not going to be held accountable for what other people have said and done. I know what I have and what I haven't. And I know I have not interfered in this investigation, and not even the slightest bit. But I'll tell you who I think has. You're not blocked, FSU.
I don't understand how Seth can have this campaign with Betty, Bedhead Betty. I don't understand how they can have this clear Seth campaign, okay, and be like, look, I'm just gonna. None of this makes sense to me, Granny. This is like the most foobarragery I have ever seen in a
Yeah.
case. Like it blows my mind. And yes, it is very serious that they have filed this lawsuit. I don't think I don't think they realize quite the gravity of it yet either, though, if you know what I mean. I don't think they
Well,
do.
Stassi, here's the thing. There is no RICO. I mean, I can confidently lay my head down at night knowing there is no RICO. What is this? I thought I threw. Some of these are blurry for me, Kendra, but I think I can see the basis. Thank you, Lee
What?
Michelle.
And I mean, my big thing with this is how can they prove that you hindered in the search for Sebastian? You've never come out and said, I'm going to Tennessee to search. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. So, like, that's the big part that's mind blowing to me.
Yeah, I agree. It's confusing. Never even federal case, let alone criminal, sincerely make fools of people, allowing them to call it RICO if they're for real. So I'm trying to zoom in on these because these are the emails from Kendra about that Janine who made the crazy wild allegation against Chris. Unfortunately, they're a little blurry, but she's saying Joel Wolf is warlock at law. I thought I'd throw my personal email to the public since we're in the last stages of the game investigation. The investigation is a game for everyone to see. If you don't get it, keep scrolling. The public needs to take a minute and reflect. Think, can you post this and get away with it if the law didn't know already? And if it wasn't true, Joel Wolf is a unalive pig that likes little girls, like real little. So this woman's like a little nutty. Here's Joe Wolf, pedo word at law. This is not only his Halloween costume, but it's time to skin a kid costume. Picture taken where Summer Wells was murdered at 353. What the hell? She's bringing Summer Wells into this?
And saying that this is where she was murdered? Like, what?
Right. So, like, like, what is this lady doing? And people are pushing around what she's saying as fact. I don't know how to, there we go. This fine represents Charles, whatever, or just maybe I should say allegedly with this one. After all, it stands for Charles, who not only stole my inheritance, so she's seeking revenge on a lawyer who represented somebody she was in litigation with. But has St. Jude used to try and cover up things? St. Jude, Sebastian Rogers. I do think the mob and his lawyers at something might be a tad pissed they're getting put on Front Street by someone. So this lady's just using this as her personal depot in Philadelphia, Summerdale neighborhood.
And this is the same woman that has come out and said she knows that Chris had something to do with this in the beginning from that
Yeah.
That
And here she is
fake
talking
poker
about
game.
Rico. Yes, that is her.
Oh my
And then
God.
over here she has, I hate to have to keep reminding the public about organized crime being real. Rico. This stems from Richard Blank, the vampires at law, and then the Joel guy again. Signature in Summer Wells, whom he, oh my God, took her life at blank. Dale represents my brother, who they poisoned. Mob payoffs, just like Sebastian Rogers. Home Depot is significant, and real detectives, along with the feds, know I'm right. They pay junkies and dumb something in need of a fix for their dirty deeds. And you people are believing what this woman is out here saying?
I agree. In a year at $5,020.
Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. And this woman's, and then, well, these are the crazies that bring out, because you had dog trying to tie Summer Wells to Sebastian. This is what I'm talking about. This is the dangerous people we're talking about.
And she didn't post that anonymously. She posted under her name.
Yep, under her name. Brandy and Kimberly, thank you so much for the Cash App and PayPal. You guys are really.
But stuff like
Really amazing.
this is okay to be put out under Sebastian's name and in certain Facebook groups, but having your opinion somewhere else is against the law.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure that's the Facebook group ran by one of the plaintiffs. So
Right.
who knows?
And none of that she put in that Facebook post was in her opinion, right?
No, she stated as factual. Clearly, she's seeking revenge against somebody who she faced litigation against at one point.
Is it really fair for Seth to sit there and have the Clear Seth Rogers campaign, which I'm sorry, but whether he realizes it or not, he's naming himself as a suspect, saying that law enforcement won't clear him.
Well, he is publicly a suspect.
So how can we be condemned for having red flags, seeing certain things that these people are doing? All three of them, in my opinion. How can we be condemned for having similar questions and talks? Maybe we don't know who has conversations like this. I mean, everyone talks about true crime on true crime platforms, right?
I've never said no wild shit like this. I'll tell you that much. Kendra, can you actually send me her Facebook link? I agree, Red Castle. I'm so tired of folks crying about bullying like they're 8-year-old playing victim because they get a clapback for the crap they say and do. They don't like being called out on their ugly actions. Yeah. There's no need to clear him. There's not even a crime yet. Right. which is part of the problem. I don't know how you're premature. I mean, we don't know if he did something or not. The law doesn't know. So how can you prematurely? I don't get it. I don't
And
get it.
for, in my opinion, for Seth to sit there in court and support the woman that has called his child defective numerous times
Thank you, Choo Choo.
speaks volume to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Because again, you're allowed to have an opinion, but it has to be theirs. That's what it feels like. And I didn't even necessarily fully disagree with their opinions. I just disagree with stating that Sebastian's not alive and that he was harmed by one of his parents. We don't know that.
We don't.
And a lot of people have been out here saying that, implying that, and restating that night after night. Which, the Proudfoots have to do something about that, and I'm sure they will. And I'm sure that's why a lot of people are now turning around and putting allegedly all over their shit. Because they know that. They know that they just opened the door. Any one of these people can be defendants at any time, especially these plaintiffs.
I just think it's ridiculous. I think it's tunnel vision in Sebastian's case. What they got going on is a form of biased tunnel vision. And I don't think it's helping Sebastian's case at all. I just
Of course
don't.
it's not.
And I agree
It
with
turned a lot of people away. Many people, including myself, don't even want anything to do with it anymore. And that's a shame for Sebastian.
Yeah, and I agree with what Nonsense said. The only crime that's been committed here is the person's violated 6 ROs.
Right.
And that's a fact.
Yeah, that's documented.
And you've got this person running around, YouTube stating stuff as facts that are not facts in many cases, like she's done, in a lot of the cases, and calling people felons and criminals and that they do this and that they do that. Yet she's the one out on a $20,000 bond right now.
Okay,
Right.
I'm not trying to be funny, but do you know Nick the Hat's background?
I mean,
or Tony?
well, and that's another thing. You've got this same person running around YouTube saying that people are putting out the wrong person's background, that's not Tony.
Okay. Yeah.
But she's an
I've heard a lot.
investigative
I've heard a
journalist.
lot of stuff from over there. So
Right, but she's an investigative journalist, and if it's so wrong, then why doesn't she pull up the right background for this person and show it? She won't, because she knows that is the right background.
Well, here's the thing. If putting out somebody's background is considered doxing, well, they all doxed me after I was threatened in my own chat. I haven't seen anybody dox a lot of these people that were claiming they were doxed. And if you look at the exhibits, none of the exhibits show any doxing either. They don't show any threats. They don't show any of the basis of the claims. And they certainly don't show any RICO.
I mean, she went live and did a live with all of your information, your background, all this stuff, and then wants to fire up another live and say that she's being bullied and wants to sell these bully t-shirts to raise money. Like, you cannot make this stuff up.
The bully t-shirts that show a bean next to a coffin, those ones.
Yeah. Saying she's gonna stop bullying. Hello? Ma'am, in case you don't know, that shirt is bullying.
Right. I want to show you guys this.
it's under the ruse of protesting, but yeah, they call it protesting. Remember.
Okay. I want to show you guys this. Yeah, this one. All right. So this is the lady that made that post against Chris Proudfoot.
Hey everybody, Janine Chrissy from Sebastian, Florida. I'm at the beautiful Sebastian Park by the river with my Sebastian shirt on, and I thought I'd get on and I'd talk about my mouth about Chris Proudfoot to start. I'm going to talk about a couple things, and talk about the things I posted, but let me start out with, this is for Dave Davison, smart police, only smart police.
Only smart police can listen to this. If you're not smart police, and BJ said there was nothing wrong with you being doxxed because you put that out yourself. No, I didn't. Brittany also read off my medical papers, so see you in court, Brittany.
And how ironic this wacko lives in Sebastian, Florida.
Smart people know how to link things.
Exactly.
Anyway, it's not for dummies because dummies won't understand. Now, I posted some things. Yesterday, I was sitting in my house, and all of a sudden, I was craving some Greek food. Like I was craving a gyro, and I was saying how I worked in a Greek restaurant. Then I go and walk my dog, and I come back with a message. And you know where it's from? It's from Greece. I believe it was Athens. I don't know.
These are the type of people that are just slurping up what they're serving. I'm telling you, it's concerning, but you know, it's.
I have like 40, 60 pictures of Greece and basically food. And the thing, now I've asked David on this phone, let's go back. I'm going to jump around because that's what I do. Anyway, I get all these pictures from Greece after talking about Greece.
I agree,
and David's
Kendra.
in Greece with his mother and his son. Well, good for David. He's not there now. Anyway, I've been asking him about Sebastian Rogers. It's on my mind 24/7. And I'm asking him about Sebastian Rogers. The other day I'm drunk. I do drunk videos. All this shit plagues me so much. Then I delete them.
Hold on.
Whatever. He must have caught one about me insulting TBI.
How do
And
I
you know
make
what?
this bigger again?
There's a real problem there because you know what? David sent me. I kept saying, you know, give me something I'm proud for. Give me something I'm proud for. And he's slowly been giving me things. I got a check in the mail from Florida Power and Light for $337. My car mileage was changed to $337. I believe he's in Westmoreland. I explained that before, 27.27 miles away. I check a balance on my card and the balance is 27.27. Well, today I wake up at 3:37, full of ideas about these pictures that David sent me because I know they're all clues and I know they all mean something. As I dig further into the pictures, I found a lot of meaning into them. And the one was a safe with a key on it and a tooth. It's not his implants. He got his implants in the United States. You know what that stood for? The bite marks on Chris Proudfoot's arm. Now, when I saw those bite marks, it was really, really obvious that it was human teeth. Like, it don't take a rocket scientist to know that they were human teeth. So any excuse about dog marks is just shit. And I can't imagine the detectives that had him in front of him, that did not take him to the hospital, did not do something when those bite marks were being shown. Because David clearly said, Chris Proudfoot, by that picture that I posted on my.
Who is David?
Who is
now,
David?
You see, David does know all the details of this.
I can't even
David
pause her. I
scripted
lost
the
control.
Proudfoots. And like I said, this was something over a will with Charles DeNaples. Into point two, they stole my money, and you know what? The feds know it. And like I said, there is going to be a federal arrest.
Oh my God, is this a conspiracy thing?
Sneaky, you don't know shit, you don't hear shit, you don't know when it's going to come. But I do know that the federal agents know that it is my house and know that the people moved in 325 illegally. Maybe the regular police aren't following all this, or they're just playing like they are. I don't know. But it is my house, and I shouldn't be living where I'm living because they know. Because David also sent me, not only do the federal agents and the detectives have complete information about it being my house, the wolf played a dirty little game with it. Joe Wolf, the pig, I might add,
saying David
played
has
a dirty little game with it.
So
federal agents are quite aware of it, and they know those people are living there illegally.
So she just said Joe Wolf. I don't know who that is.
Will be booted out of my house. I don't care what you think, how many flowers you want to plant. When you wouldn't identify the person that pulled your plants out, you know what I said to myself? That's Dave Davison. Or a wolf move. Could have been a wolf move. Either way, it's connected because these people are connected to them. They're shit. And that's what they let move in on King Street. Shit. Thank God I know that they're going to be eventually booted out like shit. So I wouldn't get too comfortable there on King Street. You bought a house that you shouldn't have bought. It's my house. And I'm going to keep bitching about it. But like I said, I know that the feds know, and smart police know that it is my house, and it will be my house, and they will go.
Okay.
Keyword is will.
I
The
So
one that
somebody
Joe Wolf
stole her house on
transferred.
King Street. What?
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like
I can't even get her to stop talking. But so that's the woman that put out that allegation. For those of you who, you know, it started with a gyro and Greek, and then the time and the dollar amount of the order equal to the time that she woke up, and that's how she got where she's at. So I don't know. That's what we're working with here.
and
That's the
somebody
people
stole her
reality.
money and stole her house, and
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm recovering from brain loss after watching that. What did she just say?
it was
I
a
don't
whole lot of
know.
nothing. Now she's saying Lisa and David put bombs in a rival casino down south. Bimbo and Tampa didn't place themselves. That's my take. I'm from the Poconos.
She said a Joe somebody. Um,
My brain
hold on.
cells are on fire, screaming at
I
each
don't
other
even
for
want to
that one.
repeat the names that
That's
she said because I don't even think
wow.
it's right.
Yeah, like I'm
This
trying
is
to.
a circus.
I'm trying to come back to like reality here after. Like I feel like that was a bad dream.
You know what's
Yeah, it's pretty
crazy? And
wild.
this is the sad part. Um, I am part of a search and recovery team, and you would not believe the kind of people that try to put themselves in front and center in these cases that have issues
Check this
and
out.
cause drama. It's crazy.
This
It's really
alleged
crazy.
this alleged M word, right? It's looking like Joe Dirt that should invest in some hair plugs with that million he received for Sebastian's demise. It's exactly what I believe to be true. Government Mouth, Sebastian, Florida is like a rap.
This is the same woman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my, but Jesus.
Ron DeSantis. I mean, yeah, this is a lot. She's going at these lawyers. I guess she lost in a lawsuit.
So I
Casey
wonder if the
Joker.
people that she named, like in that post to Chris, saying that Chris did something and she knows, are these the same people that she's rambling on about in that live? Like, are these the
Look at
people
this
that?
one. Book of players and pics of who is taking it up the ass. And you people
What?
are pushing around what this woman is saying as if she's factual. This is insanity.
Wow, that is disgusting.
Say this
That
pic
is
is represent you, not a celebration of St. Patrick's Day. Look like you took it up the A harder than your wife. Ew.
What?
yeah, it's just filthy rhetoric.
Yeah, not for sale, stolen deed and false advertisement. She probably got evicted from her home. She's seeking revenge on the attorneys that, yeah, thief. Yeah, selling houses that are stolen. Now she's going after the realtor, and yep, it's the realtor. Associated with murder and peas and thieves. Wow. These are the type of people that need, federal injunctions. I mean, these are the ooh, child.
But they're not going to get them because she said that Chris did something. So that's what they want. So that's.
Now she's talking for Summer Wells. Shame on TBI for being always behind the 8 ball, says Summer.
She's saying that as she is Summer Wells.
Yeah. I personally slapped the Proudfoots for lying. No sympathy for $1 million liars. This lady is something, man.
Did she even cover the Summer Wells case?
I don't know, but this is what's happening when you have, somebody people look up to, like Dog the Bounty Hunter, trying to connect Summer Wells to Sebastian Rogers. And then you have people that tinfoil hat, stray jack is maybe needed. Go ahead and run with that too. It's just insane. It's insane to me. To all the idiots thinking about Sebastian as a relocation place. I don't know, but y'all go ahead and keep pushing what she's saying as factual. And it about fits in with the type of people you're associated with.
Maybe she has a great acting role.
Whoa. Okay. My brain cells just recovered. So this lady posting all this is the one that made the post about we know Chris Proudfoot, yada yada yada.
Yes, and about the poker game and all that, and
and Seth's team is running with that. They're all like sharing that.
I don't know if they're running with it, but there are people that are holding it to be factual. Yes.
Oh wow!
Like here's this: they demolished a house in Idaho on the real K-Word's birthday, and I think this Rolex of his represents the summer of 2025. And Taylor's pushing for Brian K. Address same as Candace's in the Summer Wells case, 301. Like she's just out there. Candace sporting a jacket her daughter's abductor told her to wear.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. This is the type of people they generate, though. This is the type of people they platform.
But it's okay to put this kind of stuff out on the internet.
They walk amongst us. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They're involved with Summer Wells. She's saying these two attorneys are involved with Summer Wells. Okay. She's big on numbers and dates. And yeah, Kendra, thank you for making us aware of who this woman is and what exactly she's saying. Because it is a bunch of ramblings.
I'm so cringed out of like seeing her page. Wow.
Yeah. So these vampire lawyers represented her brother, who they poisoned. They also took Summer Wells. They pay junkies and gangbangers in need of a fix for all their dirty deeds. And is this really true? Summer's location? Oh gosh, blessed be the fruit. I can't with people.
It's just amazing how many of these people know what happened to Sebastian and know where he's at, and yet he's still missing.
Isn't it? It's incredible. It is incredible.
And she's all the way in Florida, but has all of this information. It's mind-blowing.
And connected all these missing children to one lawyer firm that I guess she feels did her dirty. I don't know. So here's a new video. Let's see this one, because the question is, where's David? And you know what? I'm curious. Where and who is David? We're in a vehicle. We're moving. There's just an airplane. Where are you flying to, David? Is she even talk? No. Oh, gee golly. Okay. I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? You think her post is credible? The question is, where's David, and when is David going to sink the Proudfoots? It's just not like him to let losers run off with $1 million. It's like a puzzle piece that don't fit. Any thoughts, ladies? Or are you guys as speechless as I am?
Well,
hey, Andy.
I just think it's about as credible as where it came from. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, she's emailing these people.
Emailing who?
She emailed this to the attorney. Hey, mother effer, was just wondering, with the old devil Bishop getting involved with Simon and Gia Pick, and you being involved with the Jen Soto, now she's dragging Maddie into it. I'm done. I can't. I'm done. This is too much.
Well,
she also said that she gets raging drunk and then has to delete her post, Granny, in that
that's
video.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, you look at that post that she made out on the Facebook group and see, because she mentioned David in that, didn't she?
Yeah, David is the name of the attorney. I think is what I've gathered. Now she's saying, personally, Joel, I think you could have been the one that had taken little Maddie's life. I mean, you both were there, right? I think you were. Oh.
Wow. I think she was a bit off on that one.
And I guess
I mean,
that's the other attorney.
I don't know. This is insane. She says, I mean, the Fed's been studying the Idaho feed and the Sebastian Rogers feed. Everyone thinks they can talk and comment under other people until boom, right? Laughing my ass off. You're all truly dumbasses. She's talking about witches and cults and
What a lovely personality to wow.
Joel Wolf is who? She's because somebody said, why don't you tag him?
Yeah, that's the one that she named in that video.
Yeah. Ooh, people are reckless out here. I'll tell you that. Black magic.
I don't know what's more concerning. The fact that someone creates these posts or that there's people that actually buy into them and share this kind of stuff like it's facts. That's, yeah, wow.
Well, and the fact that Facebook groups allow this stuff to be posted without researching who these people are that are posting this crazy stuff like this.
Right. And she's saying that she's tying all these like Idaho 4 to Sebastian because of King Street.
What's King Street?
I don't know. That's what she's saying the connection is.
Oh, I think that's where she said that the house was that got taken away.
Idaho 4.
Look, it is the lawyer. In reference to arson in Pennsylvania a few months back, I read about another important arson that linked directly to Wolf or the bishop. So this attorney basically says, listen, we've withdrawn and resigned from the Florida probate case of Peter. I'm assuming that's who she's saying stole our house. There's a different law firm handling this unrelated to me. As it relates to the house and you, my firm and I have zero involvement in any of these proceedings. I want cease and desist from further communications contacting me in the firm. Lisa's basically telling her, stop. Like this lady's going to be facing some trouble. And all of you people that are taking her word as gospel, blessed be the fruit, because this is concerning.
Is she talking about they took her house on King Street as in Idaho 4?
She's saying she's in, I don't know, because she's all over the place. You want to hear?
Betty, Janine Chrissy here. I thought I'd pop on and explain the latest. Now, yesterday I was on here and I was talking about Sebastian Rogers. I explained the whole story in a prior video because I am quite up to date on the case, quite up to date. And I was talking about how Charles DeNaples set this whole thing up. David and Wolf scripted it. Bishop carried it out. They were all involved, all involved. See my Sebastian shirt? My dog's name's Sebastian and I live in Sebastian. And I was called and said, did you feel that one, Janine? So I think I know what I'm talking about.
Well, you heard her. She was calling and asked if she felt it. And she knows what she's talking about because of that. Woohoo! What do you say? I don't.
So anyway, I from day one, I've been saying the Bauer socks were shit. I said that they had
her sunglasses are broke. Oh my!
They have some kind of ties to the DeNaples family. Now this is all alleged. This part is all alleged because I have to be careful with my words. But I do believe that they had something to do with the DeNaples and with Charles, the Bauer socks. So I said it in my video yesterday. Now, you know what happens? You know how the mob works? You know how Richard Bishop for Horgan, Kluger, and Quinn, vampire.
Maybe this is who they spoke to, and this is why they believe that we're in some type of RICO scam. Maybe they're listening to her videos because Crimology says this lady has schizophrenia. Oh, that's really sad then. All right. She's done this in several cases. She claimed to be Summer Wells reincarnated. Oh, all right.
Oh my gosh, how terrible.
I hope she gets proper help because that's too much.
Yep. She definitely needs help. I hope that people that are out there that actually care about her are going to step in.
Yeah.
That's sad.
I'm sure these attorneys are going to step in eventually because there's a lot of real slander going on against them.
Well,
that my friends, is what you call slander. Right now, that people are taking kids' lives and that they're hurting kids and you know, pedo allegations and stuff like that. That's slander.
And hopefully she has family somewhere that can get her the help that she needs.
Yeah, and hopefully these
Yeah.
other creators can stop throwing around what she's saying as factual and do a little deep dive like we just did. A little quick, not even a deep. We just dipped our toe in and we were able to
You
see
know
what we
what's
saw.
you know it's actually kind of sad. They're feeding into her delusions.
Absolutely.
When you really think about it, them getting drawing all that attention to her post.
Yeah.
That's horrible. That's so sad.
Not
you
only that,
guys.
but then she's going to hear that RICO charges were filed in Sebastian's case, and now that even validates her even more.
Oh,
Well, and then the fact that she would even post this in a Facebook group where then people would think that she's knows what she's talking about and contact TBI or Sumner County or someone like that, and they actually have to investigate this stuff.
Right. Like Janine said, that's exactly why I wanted to bring attention to it, because she really needs help. Janine says she doesn't even live in her town where she's making these allegations against. Oh, ladies, I'll tell you. The more time
It's
you're
a
off
nightmare.
YouTube, the more you realize you should be. Because this is just...
Yeah.
Just when you think that you've seen it all.
Yeah. Just when you think you've seen it all is right.
I'm absolutely floored right now. I can't argue that.
As a mind F that is dangerous and continues to oblivion. I agree. Purple Dragon, thank you. Allegedly, in my opinion, the super chat is being demanded by me, my yelling cat software, my dog hardware husky. If she don't say, she'll sue me. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Lily Rose with 741 thumbs up. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you hitting a thumbs up, and just being here means a lot to me, like a lot that you know. And I did just look. We were at 5,770 of the fundraiser, and it means a lot to me. Thank you all so much. Sending you some info via email. I will keep my eyes open. I hate to,
Alrighty,
yeah, this is
yeah,
wild.
yeah, it's more than wild. And it's wrong on so many levels. You guys, everything going on is so wrong on so many levels within Sebastian's name. It just breaks my heart. It really does. It just breaks my heart.
And mine too. Mine too. And I mean, you got to think, a lot of times what actual investigators do, and a lot of people that are, is you put yourselves in other people's shoes. And I tried to place myself in the shoes of the named plaintiffs. And I just cannot, for the life of me, understand where any of them are coming from, what they're trying to do, what this is meant to be, other than I keep coming back to just a big distraction. And where I'm at with it, and I think a lot of people in the chat are also at the same place, is that I'll give them their wish. I won't cover Sebastian anymore. They can have that. I did not start out talking about Sebastian's disappearance to cause any harm in it. At one point, I thought what I was doing was combating the harm. And, if that's not appreciated or recognized for what it is, then I don't know what to say or do. I will say part of me is like, well, I have a right to speak on a public, case like this. But at the same time, it's to what extent do we, you know what I mean? Like, it conflicts me, because part of me wants to be defiant. I'm not going to lie. Like, part of me is like, well, I'm going to talk about it because I can. And the other part's like, it's not even appreciated. So why try? Because, I mean, we can say because Sebastian, right? But if his own parents don't want that, then what do you do then? Right. Because there were people that were taking this lady's posting and believing it to be factual.
Yeah.
Someone takes what she says and runs with it as credible. Right. Somebody pointed this out to me. She's been making posts like that for months, and people have been ignoring it because she obviously needs help. But now that things have slowed down, and or people stopped covering the case, all of a sudden someone takes what she says and runs with it like it's credible. And of course, it's all the same people doing so. Justin for All, Crime Buzz, Slithers. They're the ones that are now taking what this lady's saying and making it a big deal, despite the fact that she's been doing it for months. I heard her making fun of you for how you pronounce words, how childish. Right. Meanwhile, she speaks very broken, poor, well, whatever. Wow. Thank you so much, Live and Fall. For all. Thank you. What do you think,
I
Regina?
just, Granny, you want to know the truth? I think it's so alarming that they want to silence over 50 YouTubers from talking about Sebastian's case. I think that whenever you look at the gravity of things, there's one side literally trying to silence the case. If it's not their agenda, from what I can tell, if you're not pushing their narrative, or if you've ever spoken against anything that you have seen with your or heard with your own two eyes and ears that even paints Sebastian in a negative light that these people have seen, if you call that out, you're wrong for it. No. There's some stuff should have never been said on the internet about Sebastian to start with, and I stand by that. And I'll fight that till the very end. You don't tell those American Pie kind of stories about your own teenage son. You just don't do that. You don't.
Well, and then it's like, I agree. And then, all of this too, like now this woman is being paraded around like she knows something. And here, this validates what we've been saying because she mentions a poker game. We've all heard about a poker game. Yeah, as does she. She's picking up what she's heard this whole time, and she's now turning around and trying to make it. And these people are trying to bring credit, bring it like she's credible because of that. You don't think she's heard everything we've heard? You don't think she can repeat months later what we've heard months ago?
Yes, and I have a phrase for it. It's monkey see, monkey accuse. Literally. They watch someone else accuse someone else of it, and then or they go watch Law and Order, or they go watch Ninja Turtles, or they go watch Inspector Gadget, or they go watch that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, True Lies, and they think that they are going to not only crack this case, but they're going to overcome everyone else that's even trying to look into it. Yeah. That's almost what it feels like.
Well, Coop going poop, let me ask you this.
Exactly what it feels like, actually.
It's exactly what it feels like. If we were talking about a cease and desist, Coop, sure. But we're not. We're talking about a lawsuit with my name, alleging RICO. So, no, I won't be deleting my content. And yes, no matter what, I need an attorney. Yes. Thank you, nonsense. You're right.
Absolutely. This is a lawsuit and an injunction lawsuit, but they are absolutely in this lawsuit accusing you of committing RICO violations.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not something, if a party can't prove that in court, that's not something you can come back to whenever you send it out everywhere on social media before the defendants. I'm just going to say that. You can't.
Yeah, it's really just not the way it works.
Yeah, it don't work that way. You can't be like with the truth serum thing and go, oh, you guys, we were just exaggerating. We didn't mean that.
Well, they're not even saying they were exaggerating. They're denying stating it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's definitely defamatory. I mean, it really is. But yeah, exactly, Cricket Day. People need to realize that this drama is not helping find Sebastian. It's getting fewer people talking about him. People need to open their eyes and see that. Right, Darcy? And furthermore, open your eyes and ask why. That's my biggest thing. Ask yourselves why they want that to happen.
Right.
I agree,
and
Swamp.
Granny, I think you do it pretty fair. You impose the same question. If you impose it on one side, you impose it on the other, and I think that's fair.
I got more questions now than I ever did for both sides.
Absolutely,
yes, Donna, we have heard that Seth has they have removed them, but we have them. And here's the thing, Autumn Renee's right. So think of it this way. If we were to agree, if I were to agree and Barbecue was to agree. And then what happens if I start talking about another case and they decide they don't like the way I'm talking about that one? Then they get to do it again and again. And guess what? They can do it to you, Regina. They can do it to Nonsense. They can do it to any
Yeah.
creator on here.
Yes, they absolutely can. Although I do think it is very important and very wise for everyone to know that while anyone can file a lawsuit, it is absolutely the same flip of the coin. Anybody can file a counter lawsuit. And if you can't prove your lawsuit and your lawsuit gets dismissed, that doesn't mean that the countersuits get dismissed. Just think about that.
Right. Not only
If
that,
you're going
but
to file a lawsuit, it's serious. It's
you can
serious
just
business.
file a lawsuit in general too. Anybody can.
Yeah.
Mm.
And whenever you make any statements written on paper and you sign your name to it, ooh, you got to make 100% sure that everything you say can be corroborated, and make sure that everything you say, there's no chance of any little evidence you sent to someone else being out there that contradicts everything you put on that paper.
Right.
I would be careful of that.
I've seen one plaintiff make a post. They haven't made posts in months saying, please keep Sebastian's name out there. Nobody has to stop talking about. No. You've done that. You've played a hand in that. Congratulate yourself.
Yep. You know, someone said that to me. But you see, the thing is, I was covering Sebastian's case and I was covering it fairly. I was calling out all the parents equally. But, you know, whenever I did my live streams and discussed the Proudfoots, I didn't have people come in my chat and threaten me and call me names, which I have all of the screenshots still from. But whenever I criticized Seth for what he said about his own son, I had someone come up in my chat under the name Granny Proudfoot and threaten me. I mean, threaten me and my co-host and call us the most unsavory, wrong things to say to a female, period. You know what I mean? And that was only whenever I was talking about Seth's distasteful comments that I was told to
Right.
shut up.
That's when
And
it happened to me too.
Yep. And I feel like that is intentional. I feel like they've been trying to silence us from the very beginning. And you know what? Granny, you can go back and watch that live stream. I
Well,
quit
they
covering
can't.
Sebastian's case that night because I got threatened.
Well, they can't take away what he said publicly, right? It's out there. Once it's made public, it's out there. So what better way to
Right.
try to do that than to beg the original where it took place to remove it and then go after every channel that played it thereafter? Hey, Green-Eyed. And respectfully, Jad, I don't give a shit what KJ went through. Granny Proudfoot is Tony. How do you know that, Cinder? Do you have proof of that? Lisa Save the Bees, thank you so much. Oh my God, did anyone see a certain creator try to explain dry bagging? Couldn't, because she does it all the time. She should have just played her own videos. That's all. I actually joined a Save the Bee course, Lisa Save the Bees. It was pretty interesting. If you have proof of that, I'd like that, Cinder. It'd be interesting to see why you think that would be him.
Yeah, because if you got proof of that, I've got the screenshots, Granny. How about them apples?
Yeah.
I
That's what I'm
document
saying,
everything.
Lazy Wolf. Some of us were completely neutral. Some of us were a little more biased, and some of us were actually harmful. But ultimately, what it comes down to is freedom of speech. And you're allowed to hurt feelings. You're allowed to say dog the bounty hunter's leather jacket's too small. You're allowed to say people need to stop using bleach on their hair or their hair looks ugly. You're allowed to say you think people are corrupt. You're allowed to say a lot of things. So I'll protect his speech.
I've never spoken badly about Sebastian. Why would I do that whenever I have a son that has a gene depletion and one of his symptoms of that is autism? Why would I talk bad about Sebastian? You guys, come on.
Yeah, I deleted that comment anyway. Stanley came in twice to say that. Thank you, Cinder. I appreciate it. If you do find it, if you can email me, it'd be even more appreciated. But I'm going to wrap this one up. My cough medicine's starting to wear off, starting to feel like crap again. Trying to get rest and get ready for Halloween. It's one of our favorite holidays, and I'll be damned if I let this stress and this cold and all this distract me from having a great time with likely one of my last years for one of my kids to even participate in Halloween. So,
well, I will send up some prayers that you get
thank
better.
you, Regina.
And you guys, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, and share. Help get the word out. If you haven't, go hit up Granny's GoFundMe. Because she's not just fighting a frivolous lawsuit, in my opinion, frivolous lawsuit. She's fighting for all of our First Amendment rights. Remember, there are more than 50 creators named in this. So
Absolutely.
stand with Granny and stand for the First Amendment, you guys.
Thank you, Regina.
You're welcome, Granny. Blessings. Thank you for having me. You're always such a gracious host.
Thank you. Have a
You're
great one. Cheesy, I'm glad to see you're feeling better. It's so good to see you. Laura Lee's right. Don't click on any links. Don't click on any websites. Don't click any of that junk. Protect yourselves. Onyx is right. So if any of you find you've been IP subpoenaed for this case, take your devices, check for hacking. Oh, Courtney is so hard to deal with, isn't it? Oh, the pumpkin patch. That'll be fun. Will what be televised Cricket Day? Thank you, OG Shorty. None of us ever spoke Bailey and Sebastian. We have only put out Seth's own words and questions them. Seth has destroyed any help for his son. So sorry, Sebastian. Well, most of the professionals in the beginning were chased away, if you ask me. Green Goddess. Thank you, Amanda. I just want you, proud fur mom. I'm not some martyr, right? I'm not on a crusade. I'm not any of those things. I'm just unfortunately an easy target for, in my opinion, some sleazy people. But I will say I hate the idea that a lot of you are afraid that your comments are being tracked and your IP addresses are being tracked and that you're being threatened into keeping your opinions of people. You can all write right now how you feel about these plaintiffs. It doesn't matter. You're allowed your opinion on people. If they don't want opinions on themselves, they should not be on public platforms. We open ourselves up for criticism, whether we like it or not. I mean, do you think, look at the allegations that go around celebrities and stuff. Do you think they want them? No, but it's part of what they've done. When you sign up to be a YouTube creator, you're opening yourself up for that. And if you can't handle it, you should get off the internet. But to sit there and tell people that they're unable to speak or they shouldn't be able to have opinions or thoughts on you, that's absolutely ludicrous. You don't get to, and most importantly, make sure you have clean hands when doing so. I don't understand where people are coming from with this, but I want you all to know that you're all safe. And that's facts. Regina apparently runs to the other side when she's not allowed to sit at a table with people who she claims to look up to. That's hilarious. Well, I don't find anything funny. Thank you so much, Casual Art. I do appreciate you. What's everybody's plans for Halloween? I hope you and your family. Thank you. Coop, I don't understand how you have defended the heck out of C&K there, at least making a statement. Well, maybe they're not aware of me. I don't know. They don't owe me anything. I defended the heck out of the truth. Like, the facts remain. It's never, ever been stated that there's no sign Sebastian left the house. That's never been stated. Not one person can ever direct you to where that was stated. It was never stated. I'm trying to think of what else. I mean, there's a lot of allegations that have gone around that it was simple. You can't use truth serum on people. You can't, like, a lot of these things weren't even to defend the Proudfoots. It was to defend Sebastian. It was to defend the truth. It was to, you're telling people, without a doubt that they harmed this child. Then why are people looking for this child? Like it's all ludicrous to me. I don't even know. I just know this latest little stunt taking place is a way to get people talking again. And of course, that's being done in the format of, oh, well, look, here this lady is accusing Chris and Katie, so let's spread that around. You think you'll see any of the people talking about what was left in the other Facebook group? About Seth? About the lady saying last time she talked to Katie? No, of course not, because it doesn't fit their narratives. And that's all this is about, a narrative driven. And they want that narrative driven throughout YouTube. And if you're in the way of that narrative being driven, you will be threatened with legal action. Oh, Pickle, I hope you feel better. That's cool. I didn't even consider looking at Dave & Buster's. Didn't usually hear nobody trick-or-treats here in my hood, but eating taffy apples and candy anyway. I'm going to a Halloween 2nd anniversary party. Victoria, have fun. Thank you, Andy C. I thank all of you for helping me do that. By the way, rest assured, there is a mole. So some of y'all really got yourselves over your heads. I appreciate all of you. If you haven't, please consider hitting the thumbs up. This is likely the last time I'll ever play this video, so please watch it through to the end if you can. Put some prayers in the chat, and I hope one day we find an answer as to what happened to Sebastian Rogers, despite the obstacles put in the way to prevent that. I hope we do. On February 26, 2024, an Amber Alert went out for 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers. Sebastian is white, 5'5", 120 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. Sebastian was last seen wearing a black long-sleeve shirt, black sweatpants, and glasses. He has a medical condition that may impair his ability to return safely without assistance. If you have seen Sebastian or have information regarding his whereabouts, please contact the Sumner County Emergency Center or TBI at 1-800-TBI-FIND. Let's take this moment to pray for Sebastian's safe return.